NACE, but looking to bounce back here this week.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a peek here at what our team's been up here to in just a little bit. But I think for...
How's it feel to be back? We're back on a Monday, but you excited to compete again?
Oh, I'm very excited. Last week we had a few games, won one, humble, 5-0.
All right, 5-0, you heard it. 5 goals from Kiazi. I'm going to throw it back to the desk. Thank you so much. Good luck today. And guys, take it away.
See what happens here as these both of these teams look to bounce back.
And I know for Shenandoah, when they played their NECC match off broadcast, that was a win for them. So that was technically that friendship that they can always be there for each other. They can have a laugh. They can get back up after a loss too. And I think it helps a lot in these sort of teamwork dynamics today, which is also why I think having this next sort of generation of Rocket League talent at Shenandoah University, integrating them more into this setting, is going to be really good for the future of this competition. Yeah,
I know Griffin, our Captain Mango here, gives a little spreadsheet of things they kind of want to work on.
Yes.
You know, from last semester. I believe there's 3 big points there. Boost.
That you want to see within a team. And Coach Qualark, I think, is a great person to help facilitate that on game day specifically. Yeah, I mean, Qualark does a great job of keeping vibes high. Yes.
But also is very, very talented himself. I believe a GC3 SSL kind of
he played on the
ranked
team.
player. He was on the team, so now gets to coach his former players as we now go into game number 1. Elim finding that cross and finding that quick early goal within 7 in favor of Morris College. Mango tossing that one off to Elim, and now we see Elim again on the aggression. Won't be able to reach that one, but Irish instead up top. Mods there able to redirect that ball to keep this one a 2-score game. Some demos coming through as well. Irish has to get back on this defensive side. Won't be able to do so.
Get as much time to think, to position as possible, and it makes these rotations a lot easier. The demolition, open opportunity for Irish on the goal line. It's going to go ahead and bounce over the last one and leaving these doors open that have come back to bite the Hornets in the past. So I'm really liking that they're continuing with this well-rounded style of gameplay and setting up plays like this. Waterfall shot across the crossbar, and it'll be Elim to net for the majority of this second half with only about a minute remaining here. 3-goal lead for the Hornets. You got to feel pretty good sitting on that one, especially if that bounce will clear their...
49 seconds left to go here in game number 1. I think we still have
the corner. So that ball will end up landing, and this lead should be sustainable enough, especially with Irish and Elim doing a nice little 1-2
pull in SU's pocket. 6-1, 23 seconds left to go. The kickoff in favor.
6-1 Shenandoah win to start us off.
I mean, SU definitely just opening up these passing lanes here. These reads, knowing where he has to navigate and be in position for some of these pass plays. I mean, we see the fist pumps coming through from Mango. Very exciting to see.
Is he excited?
The team.
I can't tell if he's. Is he excited? I can't tell if he's like angry. You know, he was like,
it was like
maybe
angry, no goal. He had a few
whiffs
whiffs here and there. You know? Yeah, I don't know.
You can't be doing that, Mango. Can't be doing that.
Some of the movement that he wanted to see from Elim and Irish in that first game.
Oh, yeah. Are we getting a swap out? We might be getting a swap out if I'm looking at my camera preview.
But Kiazi, 5 goals. I mean, you got to step up to the plate here big time as he did just leave in the rankings in the ladder there. But yeah, a very, very strong roster coming through with these 3 players. Oh, man!
Whoa! All right! I thought it was going to be Pagani's.
Clear, but Kiazi back on that defensive side, maintains possession. The pass in to Pagani. Will he be able to get there in time? Yes, he will. Pagani doing a great job chasing that. His turn. Who's going to get it? Flip reset is there, sending it into the corner. Irish with the follow-up, just barely off target, but now it's going to be Kiazi instead. That's 2 passes here and there. Kiazi maintaining possession of the ball, and now here's another cross coming through. Dancing at the goal line will finally roll. Coming through from Mickey there for Kiazi. A minute to go here. Pagani now in the air, flip reset online, and we'll just bury that one. Wanting that waterfall shot to come through.
Sometimes you just gotta commit, even if it's not in the right place. You miss every shot you don't take, and in this case, Pagani don't miss. Another, by the way, is the best number, and so far, we're about to head into a Game 3 with the Shenandoah match point lead, and
now finding the SU now finding themselves with a 2-0 series lead.
funny. I'm looking right at a broom right now, ironically.
There it, yeah. Oh, that
We
was
should do that. We should
yeah.
get them like a yes. You should get like a
for
mini
the
one,
camera.
like,
And then, yeah.
Like
Or
what?
a
Dust off their
paintbrush.
controller.
Or like a paintbrush or
Okay.
something.
Yeah, that's
I
basically
mean, that's
just a
kind
mini.
of pepper there as well, just to keep the gas tank filled up as we ready ourselves for game number 3.
Normally you're not supposed to have drinks on stage, but I think honestly, if it's the Rocket League team,
don't
it's
clip
no,
it.
shh.
Yeah,
No one
we're
saw
fine. No one
anything.
saw anything. You're
But-
just fine.
I mean, it's like they're refueling themselves. You know,
Indeed.
ahead is driving to the pit stop.
Yeah,
Takes
real
like 4
fast,
seconds
real
and-
left.
Left.
Yeah, that's about all I.
Even flinched. It was great.
I see you. You see me. What are we gonna do? Right. They had a little conversation with each other. Kiazi with the angle. Make it 5.
This supporting role for the rest of his players, and I do like to see that from the captain. Of course, he wants a little bit of that glory for himself. Goes for a nice little solo play, jukes out the defender mid-air that he has had. A little bit of offensive opportunity now. Morris College. It'll be Razor. Attempting to contest Irish, but I want to go a little bit low. Drops right down to Mango. I love that little passing play. He'll see that one right.
Backside, but unable to find any connection just yet.
Now Mango again. He's going to get a little funky with it. Flip reset. Tap it right on over wide. I know he's on a mission right now, and that's to get as many highlight clips as possible. Fun fact, Shenandoah University is starting these wonderful highlight reels at
Ghani is solid. Mango able to catch that one. It wasn't quite on target. Now we see Mango again in the air. The pass over to Kiazi. The touch is absolute.
I
Oh, that's my
what you're
baseball.
talking
Yeah,
about.
that's my baseball knowledge. But
I
yeah.
know Kara
Oh, my producer gets it. Oh, he's a Yankees fan. Actually, no, get out of here. Ew. Ew.
from Morris College.
Yeah, I mean, great stuff coming through from the squad. We see the collapse. Kiazi, the fist bumps coming through as well. A little bit of a dance,
I like it, I
celebration.
like it.
Oh,
there
there it
we
is.
go.
There he is.
There
Look
he
at
is.
him.
Look at him. He's looking up at his
Oh,
teammates
the
like, yeah, we
smiles.
just did that. Oh,
Yes,
that's
sir.
so great. This is what we like to see. You know, skill level
Right.
that Shenandoah University plays against. They found ways that they could gain from
Yeah,
this opportunity by getting Pagani and
Don't like to leave things unresolved. Maybe it's madness. I'm begging you, please pick up the call. You're causing me damage. I should've known wasn't your fault.
Shenandoah University is a big little university rising.
With 22 Division III sports teams, over 200 areas of study,
Over 300 annual performances, an elite academic esports program,
Nationally ranked health professions programs, one of the biggest university presences on Broadway.
immersive AR and VR learning programs,
Cybersecurity and computer science programs, and innovative undergrad and graduate programs.
all at a place that cares for you.
Shenandoah University is the big little university rising. Find out more at su.edu/rising.
We have the Esports Arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia, and this facility acts as the hub for all esports activity at Shenandoah University. Students are able to use this space not just for competition and practices, but also as a living learning community and a sandbox for them to come and explore and practice and try out things related to and through esports in the gaming industry so that they're getting that hands-on learning and the skills necessary to help them find a career by the time they graduate. We also have the professional level broadcast production booth where we do all of our broadcasting and production, from casting of our games that we play right here on campus to working with outside entities to record footage for them as well. In addition to the space that we have here in the Esports Arena is the Esports War Room. Our students get to use that space for studying, but also outside projects. So our students get to use this space for professional development and the academic side of our esports program, which is such a critical component to go with that competitive element that we have. So we combine all of our facilities at Shenandoah University with competition, community, and career preparation. We have over 250 days of programming, and there's something for everybody, and we want you to be part of it.
Don't even matter. I wasn't thinking clear, trying to take it there. chance, and I don't wanna fake it. What if I can't walk away? You got me standing in the rain, hoping I don't make the same mistake.
Surprise! Maybe not who you were expecting if you're a regular around here, but I'm not Molly Dens. My name is Chris Clayton, and I'm joined by Ben Kincaid. We are live February 17th, Valentine's Day behind us, and a couple snow days in the books means that we get a weird schedule for today, and that's why I'm here, right? Snow days make for some weird situations. We will be bringing you Rocket League as usual tonight. Our Shenandoah University varsity roster will be taking on Eastern Tennessee State, but also we've got some Smash lined up tonight. They will be taking on the University of North Carolina, Wilmington.
Yes, we do have a little bit of a doubleheader here today, so I'm very excited for that. This is the reschedule, like you mentioned, from last week because of all that snow madness that we had going on here at Shenandoah. But yeah, I'm excited to see what tonight brings. I'm excited to see the Smash Bros. Gang back together after a tough loss late last week. Down to one stock, I believe, in total. So, yeah, looking to bounce back here today. And SU, Rocket League, trying to keep the momentum from that reverse sweep that they had last week as well.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll break down all the Smash when we get there, but we can take a look at all of the competition going on here today as well as throughout the week. You may notice we have 3 things under the word Monday there, and you are not mistaken. We will be covering Rocket League on stream here, that Eastern Tennessee State match, as well as Smash Bros. There down at the bottom, but Way Awesome Kevin, our CFGC Street Fighter player, will be competing tonight as well, and that will just be on our YouTube stream. So if you are looking for Way Awesome Kevin, he competes at 8 p.m. Tune into our YouTube. You can catch him there. But down the line, right, we've got our pretty much normal schedule, right? Tuesday, Overwatch and Smash make their return. So Smash does have back-to-back competitions here in NECC because of the reschedule last week. So heavy week for them. But yeah, then we're back to normal, right? Wednesday will be Tekken. Thursday's another busy day. And then Friday closing out with Overwatch once again. So after today, things should return relatively normal. But that just means we get all the more action here in front of us.
Yeah, I mean, this week is jam-packed with a little bit of everything coming into this week. Friday, we do see the Overwatch back on the schedule. Did have that bye week last Friday, so they are going to be back onto that regular Friday scheduling for you folks. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be exciting all around. Very excited to continue throughout this week, and I'm very excited for this SU Rocket League matchup against ETSU, Eastern Tennessee, a very, very strong team.
Yeah, and to sort of take you through what this show is going to look like, we are admittedly not expecting Rocket League to take a full hour. It's a best of 5. Rocket League should not go that long. Right. So we'll finish up this matchup against ETSU. You should not miss any of the start of Smash, but if it comes down to it, we'll run both at the same time. We have our experience with some crazy multi-game coverage, and I'm sure some of you probably remember that from last semester. We'll take you through it if it comes down to it. But to be transparent, we're expecting that Rocket League should be done by the time Smash starts. We might have a break in between there, but make sure to come back at 8 because no matter what, Smash will be starting at 8. So if that's what you're looking for, be sure to tune in then. Now back to what's right in front of us, right? We do have Rocket League here at 7. That is in 7 minutes, coincidentally. So Shenandoah University varsity against Eastern Tennessee State. We can take a look at some of this history, throughout this season for these two teams. Shenandoah splitting 1-1 500 record, while ETSU looking very, very strong so far.
Yeah, Eastern Tennessee is 2-0 on the season, 6-0 game record, have not dropped a single game to any of their opponents just yet. I believe it was WVWC and Morris, I believe, are the 2 schools that ETSU have played thus far. But yeah, very, very strong team. 3 SSLs on that squad, Adrift being one of the leading players for the ETSU squad. Very, very individually talented is this roster. And then SU, we see that 1-1 record, 3-3. It was a sweep both times, a sweep loss and a sweep victory for SU. So hopefully it'll be a sweep in the right direction, but we'll just have to see what tonight brings.
Yeah, and we can certainly hope. And the good news is that between those two sweeps, the better side for Shenandoah was the more recent one, right? They are coming off a pretty strong performance last week. So we can take a look at how these statistics affect the group, right? ETSU sitting comfy up top there, Florida Southern and FIU right next to him. Shenandoah once again splitting down the middle, right? Trying to fight their way back up to the top after dropping their first game of the season, but exciting stuff, right? Long season ahead. This is a very strong group, however. So this group is going to go to the wire all the way down the stretch. And I would say today's a pretty important matchup in determining what happens down the line.
Yeah, no, I mean, this would be a massive upset win for SU if they do pull up here with a victory, because ETSU, like I said, those three SSLs, definitely the favorites to come out on top in this group. Florida Southern as well, 2-0, a very, very strong team. But SU, they can pull off some tricks here and there as well. When we look at our roster, I mean, we have Mango, Kiazi, Elim, very, very strong players and very confident in their own right.
Absolutely, and they should be confident in their own right, because we said ETSU has 3 SSL players. Well, now, freshly, as of recently, Shenandoah has 1. And we've got that player standing by, ready to tell us about it. So we're going to throw it out to Kevin out in the arena, who's going to talk to Mango, our freshly SSL player.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Chris and Ben. I am joined by Griff, aka Mango. Tell me, how are you doing this Monday evening?
I'm doing great. Excited to be out here. Coming off a really nice win. Good to get back in the 1-1 standings. Looking to get another one tonight. It's going to be definitely.
Oh, absolutely. But I do want to kind of piggyback off of that. I mean, a very nice sweep last week for the NACE season. It was a beautiful performance. How do you ride that momentum into this week's match?
Well, it was really nice because we got our substitutes a lot of game time as well, which normally they don't get a lot of game time. So it was nice to see them getting active, getting in the game. Just going to look to take that positive mentality, like that positive energy into this game as well. No matter the outcome, we want to stay positive at all times. So.
I love to hear that. Now, I have gotten word on the street that you just hit SSL. Oh, yeah. I got to ask, how are you feeling after that? That's a big achievement in the Rocket League community.
I mean, yeah, that definitely felt good. I've been trying to get that. I think I just hit like 2,900 hours. So yeah, it was definitely a grind. So it was nice.
Hey, great stuff. Well, I do think we're going to pass it back over to Chris and Ben so that you can get a little bit more warm-up time before the match. So great stuff out here. Chris, back to you.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Good luck to both of those guys out there in their respective competitions. Kevin, on the interview, will actually be playing in Street Fighter later tonight, as you saw on the schedule. But, again, very exciting stuff out of Griff, right? Mango said that he's put in a ton of work to get to this point. That's a very exciting achievement, very exciting individual achievement. But today's about the team, right? Shenandoah's a 3-man roster. This is Rocket League. This is not a 1-man show. So we've got a lot of talent on this roster. We got to see some of the reserves last week, but we expect to go right back to where we are most comfortable. Kiazi, Mango, Elim, the starting 3 for tonight, trying to take on a very strong ETSU team.
Yeah, I mean, this is the tried and true, right? Elim, Mango, and Kiazi. This is, I believe, their 3rd semester in total playing together. So they have experience as a unit, as a roster, moving into this very tough NACE division and group. But yeah, everyone's really been stepping up all around, right? We're often seeing Mango in this kind of striker position, taking the lead on a lot of what they do, right? Is a very strong leader in the communication and the setup to a lot of these plays. But Kiazi and Elim have really been stepping up in their own right. Kiazi, on this defensive midfield position that he often plays a lot of the time, has been finding great clears and great passing avenues to get Mango that ball. And Elim, you see them closest to the camera there, has been stepping up as well, kind of in that striker position alongside Mango. 2 very, very capable goal scorers up front. And then every now and then Kiazi has a streaker just down the middle right into the goal. So he does get some action here and there.
Yeah, it's fun to see these teams grow. I feel like a lot of our teams here at Shenandoah have improved so drastically recently. You know, our Smash team is finding success in all of their competition, although coming off a loss last week. Rocket League does seem to be growing as a team as well as individually, right? We can talk as much as we want about Mango hitting SSL and how impressive that is, but this team as a unit has been looking even more decisive and productive overall. So we've got a lot of fun stuff here going on at Shenandoah, right? Our teams are really coming together to be something special.
Yeah, and last week they had their NECC matchup against Messiah. That was a reverse sweep. They started off a little bit slow. Sometimes this team does kind of fall into that slow start and then start to really ramp up towards the end of some of these longer series. So they have that momentum going into today, but ETSU is not a team that you want to start off slow against.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about why we keep referring to this as a tough matchup, right? As a bit of an underdog situation. We've talked about how Mango just hit SSL. Well, ETSU has 3 SSL players, and their average rank or MMR is approximately 1900, which is not low. Right, these are extremely talented players. This is an extremely talented roster and a very cohesive roster. So there's a reason they're 2-0. There's a reason they haven't dropped a game yet. It's going to take a lot from Shenandoah, but we don't have reason to believe they can't do it. It's just going to be tough, right? You've got strong teams up the top, and ETSU is certainly one of those.
Yeah, they can definitely go toe-to-toe with a squad like this. We've seen these 3 click together many a time against these very high skill level teams, and they've been able to really look good against them, take off some games as well from some of those teams in past semesters and past seasons. But the key to the victory today, right, is Adrift. Right, you need to make sure you know where that player is, because Adrift is unbelievably mechanically talented in the air, on the ground. He will make you look silly if he's on.
It's going to be a game of containment, right? We can keep talking numbers. We said the average rank is about 1900 over at ETSU. SSL is about 1800. Adrift is about 2200, right?
Ooh, yeah.
That's pretty good. So, yeah, I agree. I think it's going to come down to containing that man, right? Can SU prevent individuals from beating them? Or, you know, we talk about this in traditional sports, right? Don't let them beat you over the top. Don't let them blah, blah, blah. Try to take Adrift out of the game and make them beat you as a unit, because if they can do it as a team, good for them. But don't let that one man run away with the game, because that's a perfect way to lose right off the bat.
Yeah, and that's something that we've sometimes seen this SU roster do, is that they'll give it, we'll give it to Elim or Kiazi to kind of shadow this player and be like, all right, we need to just interrupt their pathing, their movement, make sure that they cannot get to where they want to be before Mango or the other that's not tasked with the Adrift management is there, right? So a lot of times we'll see bumps, we'll see demos try to come in, a much more physical game of Rocket League that you don't always see sometimes.
Yeah, and that applies to us as well, us being SU, right? It's in order to force what's the word I'm trying to say? In order to force a variable game, right? A game where the other team needs to use all 3 players, what's it going to take? Well, it's going to take SU using all 3 players as well. So a lot of teamwork, a lot of coordination is what it's going to take today for SU to take down that team on the right in the yellow, ETSU, Eastern Tennessee State University. Looking to come out strong, right? Game 1 loading in here soon. We should be getting into the action fairly shortly, and this is really going to set the tempo for the rest of this series.
Yeah, oftentimes in these 5-game series, we see Game 1 kind of be like, all right, let's kind of feel each other out. How are we going to go into this matchup? What do we really need to look for? But sometimes these Game 1s, teams just come out swinging, right? It's just mechanical outplays, kickoff goals to start some of these series. So hopefully that does not just blow up into a snowballing lead for either team. Well, for either team. For SU, that would be fine. But for ETSU, maybe not. But, I mean, ETSU is just one of those teams that really can get the ball rolling. We see the first demo coming through already, a trade Mango and Skyline off the board. and you can already see Adrift in the air, juggling that ball, trying to get some momentum.
Yeah, we are officially underway here in the Esports Arena at Shenandoah. And a big factor last week, even though Shenandoah did come out on top, Mango got demoed like a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I had a statistic on that. I don't. But wow, Adrift makes his presence felt early so far. 1-0. Good team play there, right? Good juggled ball down the sideline. Centered right for Adrift, right? Nothing much to it. SU caught just a little out of position, a little slow to get back, and losing the lead so far.
Yeah, that was Landon there as well, kind of escorting Adrift, if you will, off of that corner. We can see Skyline as well getting that clear on target up in the air yet again. But ETSU very much so in control. Adrift again with the follow, but Mango in position to get that touch and redirect that ball away from the goal.
Oh yeah, another shot there from Landon, but a little too high, right off the crossbar. SU lives to see another day. We are 1 minute into game number 1 here as the ball makes its way back to the ETSU goal. Potential opportunity for a score here, but good defense there by Adrift to not even let SU have a shot. So, ball makes its way back to midfield. A good little offensive possession there from Shenandoah, but it amounts to nothing.
Landon going for that waterfall angle there, but Mango, a bug on the wall on that crossbar, a limb pushing that one out of harm's way as well. Just barely able to defend those really tough shots, but I mean, those defensive angles, especially with those waterfall shots, are extremely hard to kind of judge and read where you need to be. Kiazi now taking that one towards Adrift, but already back on that defensive side as ETSU able to find that save and transition that into some defense. Skyline with the flip reset. We passed off to Adrift, but Mango doing a great job at redirecting that one yet again.
Yeah, good teamwork so far from both sides, right? We haven't really seen a player go and take it all the way themselves, right? It's been a lot of passing off. Good double commit there by SU to clear that one, but ETSU maintaining possession. Yeah, a lot of team efforts here. A lot of balls being passed around, right? Nobody's trying to be the hero just yet. So far, good defense has amounted to only 1 goal being scored, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from both sides so far.
Yeah, Elim now trying to find this clear, but unable to do so. Adrift again with possession of this ball. Across coming through as well. Kiazi able to meet that one. A shot on goal. Landon is there, however, back on that rotation for ETSU. A little musty with a little bit of, whoa, that was very almost disastrous for SU. The demo was coming through as well, able to keep that one out of harm's way, but now we see Landon off of that crossbar trying to find that goal, but unable to do so.
Yeah, that one just looked like he missed. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think SU made a save there. I think he just went a little too high on the shot. The angle was not quite there, so SU once again lives to fight another day. Only down 1 so far. We are crossed the halfway point, right, well over it now as we are 3 minutes into this 5-minute game. ETSU 1, Shenandoah 0. Ball at midfield. Well defended there once again. No team able to really control it for the last 30 seconds or so, right? A lot of 50-50 balls, a lot of large booms, but Landon now trying to carry it all the way to the goal, try to see if ETSU can get all the way down and score another goal.
We said booms, and our producer instantly started doing the 5 big booms through our little window.
We might see some more big booms as this game goes on.
Mango now in the air trying to get, Kiazi in the air trying to get some momentum in SU's favor as we approach the final minute here of game number 1. Still only a 1-0 ball game. SU able to step up on that defensive side after letting through that 1 goal, but have not been able to really get a whole lot of angles for the offense. Mango again able to push that one out of harm's way, and now is trying to speed up the pace a little bit, trying to find a pass, but unable to do so just yet.
Yeah, you're right. The defense has been great so far for SU. They have gotten a couple of good breaks, but Elim finds another big break, and it's on the other side of the ball, right? Shenandoah going down and scoring it off of this mismanage there from Skyline. Mango goes up, contests, and lands it right for Elim to finish the job. Well done in a tie game with 40 seconds left.
And you can see Skyline getting beat out on that 50-50. Adrift and Landon were already rotating onto that offensive side, but weren't able to find it. Kiazi now in the air, won't be able to beat Landon to that ball. Mango now on this defensive side. We are tied at 1. 30 seconds remain. Mango trying to get aggressive. It is a fake, a pass down to a limb, but unable to find the connection. Now ETSU on the aggressive approach, Adrift trying to bang that one into the net, but unable to do so. And now the demos are coming through. Mango off the board. Skyline trying to disrupt, but no one able to find a goal yet. 8 seconds left.
Yeah, game's not over just yet. Shenandoah does have a bit of an opportunity there, but it will be taken right back down the field. Skyline trying to make a last-ditch effort. The ball does pop up, so we sit with zeros on the clock. Can ETSU take advantage? They do! Wow, all the way from the corner, able to finish as a unit. Landon taking it all the way for Skyline to then try to help out, but yeah, he didn't even touch it. Landon just got that in by himself, and an impressive score from ETSU does mean they take game 1, but SU, cool minds prevail, right? They're not out of it yet. That was a strong performance from what we would consider underdogs.
No, that was a very, very strong game 1 there. Landon, I mean, we talked about Adrift, but all these players are SSL for a reason. That is just pure ball control up in the air, running out of boost as well, was still able to get that flip reset, use that to perfection, getting that ball just barely past Elim and Kiazi on the defensive side in the final second to take game 1 2-1 for ETSU, but a great first game.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think going forward, right, if you're SU, what was missing, it was a bit of offensive coordination, right? We saw the one goal that SU got was off of sort of a transition ball, not much of a deliberate attack, which is fine, right? There's plenty of those in Rocket League, and if you're able to capitalize on them, that you can win games through that. But the ball was in SU's court a lot of that game, right? And they played some pretty great defense. Again, got a couple good breaks their way, a couple lucky deflects, but nothing to downplay at all. So SU should be proud of that, I think, absolutely. Down 1-0 in the series. Now you've got 4 more games to try to clean it up.
Yeah, I mean, 4 more games indeed. At least 2 more games here tonight. ETSU won't win off on that kickoff of game number 2. Mango now in the air will try to take it himself, almost able to. No follow-up just yet. Elim will finally come in from midfield, but Mango, I mean, he almost took that one by himself all the way to the net within the first 15 seconds.
Yeah, and why not? You know, I talked a bit pre-game about how it's going to take a bit of a team effort, but you don't really see opportunities like that often. An open net for SU, big miscommunication as everybody made their way toward midfield. An open shot, you can't give up easy ones like that, and ETSU says, don't mind if I do. They will take a lead less than 30 seconds into game 2.
Yeah, that was indeed just a little miscommunication. We saw Elim and Kiazi both go for that ball up in the air. Mango unable to beat ETSU to the ball in the air means that is a wide open net for ETSU to capitalize on. Now Skyline trying to contest this ball here on SU's half of the pitch, but unable to do so just yet, but still able to find these clears that drift up in the air. Won't be able to find that touch, but Skyline will be able to find it instead. That's 2 goals now for Skyline.
Yeah, how about this, right? ETSU trying to make a statement saying, okay, right past Mango, too, the one player that ETSU probably feels pretty threatened by, but not enough to make a stand there. 2-0 lead as we approach the 1 minute elapsed mark. Ball in SU's court once again if they're able to try to make a possession here, but it will get centered once again. Adrift, the one to make the play there, but not able to take the shot. So, Landon catches it on the other side, right? We get another center ball. That's a bit dangerous as Adrift goes up and finishes it. Dunks right over top of the SU defense, and ETSU takes a 3-0 lead in just over a minute.
Yeah, I mean, Adrift in the perfect spot yet again. That is just perfect pass play coming through. But another thing I've noticed from this ETSU roster is that if they don't think they have a look, they just kind of drop the ball right in front of the net. Mango trying to capitalize on that one. Skyline does get demoed. This could be an opportunity for SU to get on the board. They will be able to do so. I thought the defense was about to squeeze that one out of the goal, but instead just barely rolling in. SU finally on the board.
Yeah, SU's finally able to capitalize, strike back, right, cut into this lead. This has been 4 goals in just over a minute. We only saw 3 goals total in game 1, so lots of blood being drawn here in game 2 here, but ETSU trying to put a stop to it, maybe push their advantage even more. 2-goal lead here, and another center ball right off an SU defender. Landon takes advantage once again, and ETSU goes up 4-1.
And that's just the execution, right? I mean, a perfectly centered ball coming through from ETSU wiped that goal that SU just got back off the board. They remain with a 3-goal lead here with 3.5 to go here in game number 2. But, I mean, ETSU, they have just picked up the pace on this offensive side, and SU are struggling to keep up on defense.
Yeah, struggling to maintain much possession either, right? A lot of these shots are coming down from very well-controlled ETSU possessions, and SU has not really been able to transition to the other side of the field. We do finally see the ball make its way there, but Landon is there to scoop it right back up. So, pinch out to the corner. SU does have a bit of an opportunity, but Adrift able to take control right back, center the ball for Landon. A gorgeous passing play there. ETSU showing why they have not even dropped a game yet.
Yeah, I mean, this is just perfect ball placement, and Landon as well with the car angle. SU cannot get back in time. Landon with another goal here in game number 2. 5-1 the lead now for ETSU. I mean, on the side of Shenandoah, what do you do to try to get back into this game? You still have plenty of time to find 4 goals, but at this point, you need to start seeing those goals come through now. And right now, ETSU's defense is doing a great job at preventing that from happening. Adrift now back on the defensive side, won't go for that triple commit for that 6th goal.
Yeah, it's starting to get out of control pretty quickly here for Shenandoah as they do take a shot top left. Mango finds pay dirt there, cutting into this lead once more. We are not even halfway into this game. SU is not out yet if we keep scoring at the rate we're going, but some of those goals got to go the other direction. Mango able to find one of his own, the 7th goal of this game so far.
Yeah, just now cresting the halfway mark here, and we have 7 goals on the board. A very action-packed game here. Kiazi with the demo as well. A limb capitalizes on that one. Now only a 2-goal game here. SU clawing back in game 2.
Yeah, wow. All defense has gone out of the window. Kiazi with a massive demo there right on the goal line, and ETSU just unable to react in time, get back home, and so make it a 2-goal lead for ETSU. We chip away 1 goal at a time. SU clawing their way back in, but Landon trying to go the distance just a little wide. Can't find it just yet. So 1 more shot, though, for Adrift. There's always 1 more when it comes to ETSU's offense, and that one finds its way home.
Yeah, we saw Landon up top trying to take it. Skyline just barely missing off that crossbar, and Adrift with a little bit of help from that post, able to squeak that one in. ETSU regain the 3-goal lead that they had earlier in the series. Kiazi getting demoed off of that kickoff as well. Certainly will not help the defensive or offensive side of things, rather, for SU as they were winning out on that kickoff. But that one on target, a limb able to squeeze that one just barely by ETSU. I don't know who was in the air. There was Skyline just barely unable to get up to that ball.
Yeah, just right over the head there. You saw the fist bump from Elim. I don't know if that was the goal, but it works, right? It resulted in a goal, so can't complain if you're SU, right? Pop it right over top. Oh, man, Skyline goes right underneath and finds yet another goal. Make it 11 goals total in game number 2 here. We are going blow for blow.
I mean, that was just a great fake coming out from Skyline there. I mean, that's kind of one of those 50-50 angles. A limb went, all right, I'm going to call out high. Skyline went low. Not much you can do about that one. Great offensive movement coming through from Skyline, and now we see Mango get a little bit aggressive there, but won't fully commit to that ball, as now they need to find themselves back on this defensive end. Lando with the pass off to Skyline, but unable to commit. Mango winning out on that 50-50, just brute forcing their way, but unable to find the offensive angles that they were looking for. Mango with one just then, but Adrift back in position to find that save.
Yeah, good little shot there from Mango, unable to find it just yet, though. So the ball makes its way back to SU's side once again. Mango trying to make a play, trying to get this ball out of their side of the field, but Adrift, they're able to capitalize once again. The team cohesion, the unit that this team moves as is just impressive to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Adrift just in the right place at the right time consistently for ETSU. Landon and Skyline doing a great job at sending these balls up, but even themselves able to find a lot of these very aggressive angles up in the air that SU just have not been able to match just yet. Kiazi with a little bit of a bump there. Skyline able to receive that one, passing it off to Landon. But right now, I mean, a 4-goal deficit and under a minute to go. SU need to find something, and that is not what they wanted to find, a ball in the back of their net.
Yeah, good lord. Just Landon able to win this one out. Skyline was there to finish it anyway, right? Landon gets credit for it, but Skyline was there to score. So either way, it's a 5-goal deficit. There's 50 seconds left on the clock. You have to think that this one's probably out of reach for SU, but they're going to try, right? 50 seconds left. You certainly don't quit until the clock hits 0. So ball makes its way back to SU's side. Elam there to get rid of it once again. Mango centers the ball, but trying to take it down the field, can't quite do it. Lockdown defense from Landon. We tick down to the 30-second mark. Kiazi trying to keep the ball out of the way of the goal. Landon with another effort to try to get it back to the center, but not much follow-up there from ETSU will mean that SU gets one more shot at an offensive attempt here.
Oh, approaching the 10-second mark here for game number 2. It would be nice for SU to finish off this game on a strong note. A pass up to Kiazi. Mango's actually going to take it himself. The double tap coming through with a second left to go here in game number 2. We told you he was SSL, and, well, here he is.
Yeah, shows the skills on display here for SU, right? They absolutely can hang with ETSU, but they just can't keep up in a shootout is the takeaway I think we get from this, right? SU, once again, cool heads prevail. They will take a break. Look at that brand placement.
Oh, yeah.
Don't mind me. This team is very much a Dr. Pepper fueled team, but yeah, okay. So what are our takeaways so far? SU can't keep up in a shootout, right? That you need to slow the game down. A lot of these ETSU goals are coming from deliberate offensive possessions. A lot of the SU goals are coming from breakaways and sort of fluky toss-ups. So you got to be able to slow the game down, plant your heels in the ground, and play some defense. And because I don't think this SU squad can keep up if the other team is scoring 9 goals.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot let up 9 goals in a game like Rocket League, because once that snowball starts going, once a drift starts to come online specifically, man, it is hard to beat this East Tennessee State University team. I mean, they are just star-studded all around. Good to see the gang still with some smiles and having some laughs. We saw the Dr. Pepper a little bit earlier as well, so maybe that is what they needed. But we can already see the hands getting rubbed together. Griff with a clap, some fist bumps coming around from the team. Looks like they want to hop into this game 3 as soon as possible.
Yeah, looks like the boys are refueled. Here we should be getting back into game number 3, and here is elimination time, right? No pun intended. ETSU, this is a best of 5, so SU with little room for error for 3 games straight. Can they pull off a reverse sweep against a very talented ETSU squad? Going for a goal there right off the rip. ETSU just a little wide, so SU lives once again to fight another day. Only 15 seconds into this game. Let's see if they are able to put something together of their own.
Yeah, they have to find a clear. However, Kiazi was getting demoed at the beginning of that match. Almost set up Skyline with a beautiful tear into the net, but unable to find connection. Now we see Landon in the air again. Flip, reset, will use it. The double tap not coming through, but a drift with the follow-up. Elim still in position, able to find that save. Now Skyline trying to find some sort of cross, but great defense coming through from the Hornets.
Yeah, Elam finding his way home there, able to do exactly what I said. Plant your feet in the ground and play some defense. That was very impressive stuff and a massive save to keep this game even. Do not let ETSU run away like they did last game. And here comes one of those breakaways. All SU needs is a little hole in the offense, and you punch the ball through and take it the whole way down the field. If this is the game plan, it can work, but it's going to take more defensive plays like we just saw.
Yeah, this is the first lead for SU here in the series. 1-0 for the Hornets in the first minute of game number 3. Elim getting demoed yet again. Now we see a drift with the ball. Goes for the fake. Won't be able to find the goal. Skyline now off of the ceiling, trying to find Landon in the strike zone, but unable to connect on those passes. And now Mango with another couple of touches, but Landon able to get back in time to catch that one. But still, I mean, we can see the aggression coming through now from the Hornets is a lot greater than we saw in game 1 and 2. Now we see ETSU kind of on this back foot on this defensive side.
Yeah, not often we see ETSU get in an established defensive formation, right? A lot of the time it is these breakaways. SU is able to capitalize when ETSU is not able to get back in time. But here we go, right? SU, excuse me, does have an opportunity to just put an offensive possession together. So far, nothing yet. But I mean, this is still good news for SU no matter what, right? The more time you're spending on offense, the less time ETSU is spending on offense. And that's exactly what they were able to do to pull away last game, right? A massive pinch in there to launch the ball all the way to the other side of the field. But whether SU is scoring or not in times like that, that's time off the clock for ETSU, and that starts to rack up quickly.
And you can see the aggression coming through now from SU, right? We saw Mango with that carry earlier, and then just getting some love taps onto Adrift, trying to just disrupt the movement, but now a clear on target, just barely able to be cleared, almost. Kiazi out of the back of the net, able to clear that one for SU. Kiazi will taste some smoke there as they get demoed, but now, I mean, great defense yet again coming through from the Hornets, keeping their 1-0 lead alive.
And this is what it's going to take, right? 5 minutes of that. We've gone through 3. SU just needs to dig deep and find 2 more, right? This has been an incredible effort by the SU varsity squad. A great shot there, but even better defense out of ETSU. A talent show that we have not yet been able to see other than for the last couple minutes now. So SU putting on the pressure, right? Shenandoah trying to find their way back to the other side of the field, and now find themselves back on defense, right? Can they find another great defensive effort, or will ETSU be able to even this game out?
A minute and a half to go here in game number 3. Kiazi winning out on that 50-50 will just fall into the net, and now we have a little bit of a cushion. You have a 2-goal lead here with a minute and a half to go here in game number 3 to keep yourselves alive in this series.
Yeah, great job there. And I mean, I don't know how many times I can say it. The game is speaking for itself. These breakaways are starting to kill ETSU, right? Kiazi with a massive call there and a big aggressive play to jump the crosser there. Oh, dangerous shot. Mango not quite able to break that one up, but ETSU also unable to capitalize. And look at this. Oh, not quite, just a little wide, but Elim able to maintain possession for now. Oh no, big breakaway here for ETSU. Unable to capitalize just yet, so nothing too crazy. But, I mean, okay, 60 seconds left on the clock. SU with a 2-goal lead, and I would say time of possession favoring SU, right? Through 2 games, I would not have believed that statistic. Another great save from Elim, planting his feet in the ground. I can't say it enough. This team's defense has really come together 3 games into this series.
Skyline now in position, won't be able to find that one off of the post. Adrift again. Kiazi back on that defensive side now, taking this reset, going for this full boost. Adrift is going to try to take this one himself in the air, passing it off to Landon. Skyline in position, won't be able to find that one. The crossbar coming up huge for SU, and now the follow-up coming through. ETSU able to find that goal. Landon finishing that offensive attack, but now 27 seconds left to go. 2-1 lead for SU.
And sometimes the crossbar is your best defender, and that's not a bad thing. But ETSU does claw back to within 1. 27 seconds left on the clock. Can SU cement this win? We shall see, right? Every single one of those seconds matters, right? The longer that ball is sitting on that side of the field, that's great news for SU. But you have to know that ETSU is not going to let that stand for too long. Dangerous ball here. Great clear there by Shenandoah. One more time. Mango trying to capitalize or at least play keep away for 5 more seconds. You have to think the clock's going to hit zeros there. You might as well take a shot. It won't quite go in. Zeros on the clock. The ball will hit the ground, and SU able to strike back in game 3 and stay alive in this series.
Clears is what I saw in that game. I mean, the clears were just on point, and they were finally able to follow up on some of them. It wasn't just a clear just to try to get it out of the way into Landon or Skyline's hands, right? They were able to finally find clears. I heard that in real life. Like, I don't know. And the Dr. Pepper
Look at the product
as
placement.
well. I mean, Unsponsored, but hey, if you're listening. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, yeah, we're here. Yeah, no, I mean, it's great to see the team with energy out there, right? That was an incredible effort, an incredible performance in Game 3, something that we had not seen through the first 2 games. So, SU able to make adjustments. Now, the ball's in ETSU's court. Again, no pun intended, right? Can they make the adaptations? Are they able to find the holes in SU's defense? Because if that game told me anything, it's that SU's got quite the read so far going into Game 4 here.
Yeah, I mean, they had the defense locked down, right? They only let up 1 goal there with 30 seconds left to go in game number 3. And then ETSU still had to try to find another one. But again, the time of possession has swung, right? SU was in full control offensively with that ball, not finding themselves a whole lot on that defensive side. But when they did, they came up huge. Elim with massive critical saves here to keep them with that cushion early on. Mango going for that 50-50 will be able to win out on that one. That one as well. We'll try to find that cross, finds the demo onto Skyline, but Adrift able to push that one out of the corner. But again, we can see SU's aggression starting to pick up.
I do want to point out, right as this game started, we heard one more war cry from out in the arena. So energy's high for this team, safe to say, as they do come out swinging so far. 30 seconds into game number 4 here. But ball makes its way back to midfield, right? So far, no offensive threat from ETSU. Oh! Wow, a great fake into Mango, able to finish the job once again. Shenandoah with an early lead this time around.
I saw that ball hovering, and I was like, all right, what SU member is about to launch their car at this goal? Mango able to find that one. SU again with a 1-0 lead here to start game number 4. A kickoff going SU's way. Adrift answering with that one in the air, trying to find a cross over to Landon, but won't be able to connect on that one. Elim pushing it to the corner. Mango now with possession, picking up the pace, but unable to get past midfield. Skyline able to answer that one for ETSU.
I can't help but think about how, okay, any form of competition has a deep mental aspect. We just watched ETSU drop their first game of the series, right? After a pretty impressive Game 2 performance and a solid Game 1 performance, right? The game plan sort of fell apart there for ETSU, and now, through a minute and a half of Game 4, the ball has been pretty much threatening an SU goal for, I would say, a minute of the minute and a half that we've been in this game. So you have to wonder, right, from a mental standpoint, how ETSU is probably kind of reeling right now. Oh, wow, big commit there from SU. Ball goes a little bit wide. SU's got some time to react, but they can't quite get there. Landon able to close the deal there after a lob from Skyline. But again, you kind of have to wonder what is going through the minds of ETSU right now, because they haven't been in this situation so far this season or today.
Yeah, and on that goal, we saw Elim not go for the ball, but instead go for Landon, just trying to take him out of the equation. But Landon was just barely able to jump soon enough to not get demoed. And now Mango trying to send this one over to the corner. Elim with a shot on goal will go in. SU not tied up for long.
Okay, so the evolution of this Shenandoah squad has been remarkable to watch through 4 games, right? Game 1 was high defense, low offense for both sides. Game 2, high offense, low defense for both sides. Game 3, high defense, low offense for SU, and all of a sudden SU's offense is really coming together.
Adrift now in the air, won't be able to follow up on that one, going for that double tap. But still, now we see ETSU on this offensive side. Elim trying to push that one out of harm's way, will be able to do so. Wins out on that 50-50 there, but Adrift able to meet that one in the air, passing it off to Landon, who gets quickly demoed by Kiazi. That's what Elim was trying to do there earlier on that goal. But that one, well, there's not many defenders back for SU. Adrift's just able to walk that one into the net.
Yeah, steals this right out of Mango's hands, right? Ripped it right away from him. Mango's probably feeling pretty disrespected, right? You can see him on the left. I'm sure he's not happy about that, but tie game no matter what. We are halfway into game number 4. Can Mango respond? He does come away with a kickoff, but not much boost to work with. He does get the big pad. SU does find a shot there, but nothing to write home about. Still tied. Kiazi unable to find the ball on that one. Good save there by Elim to just bail and buy time, but Landon once again, this ETSU squad can always find the shooter when they need it.
Yeah, Elim trying to get back in time to find that save. Kiazi in position as well, but that ball moving so fast, so hard to react, especially when Landon is already in the air, ready to receive that pass. Buries that one. Now ETSU find themselves with the first lead of game number 4, 3-2, with just over 2 to go. Landon trying to get fancy with the flip reset, but won't be able to find it.
Yeah, the game plan starting to fall back into Eastern Tennessee's hands here as they do take, you said it, their first lead of game number 4 here, and an opportunity for another one. Great defense there, great save by Mango to clear that, buy more time. Once again, the name of the game, watching the clock tick down, right?
Oh,
Minute
that pinch.
45, great effort there, great pinch. Oh man, SU still able to react and now have an opportunity, right? But not much boost on the board. Kiazi with nothing to show, and Mango forced to run back and save it himself and take it to the other side. Can anybody capitalize? Kiazi does take a shot, but a well-timed save by Skyline will mean that we remain with this 1-goal deficit for SU. Dangerous ball, but Landon not quite able to capitalize just yet. Once again, great defense by SU, but can they turn it into anything? The name of the game has been these breakaways, but so far game 4 is just not falling their way. Make it a 2-goal deficit for SU, and now with no room for error in a best-of-5 series, they're gonna have to claw their way back in 70 seconds.
Yeah, 70 seconds is not a lot of time, but also kind of a lot of time in Rocket League here. A 2-goal deficit, like you said, Landon trying to make that a 3-goal lead for ETSU, unable to do so. But this is what we've seen in Game 1 and Game 2, right? SU finding themselves more now on that defensive side, not able to find these really nice clears like they were able to earlier in Game 4 and Game number 3 as well. Mango getting demoed as well. Kiazi trying to get that touch up to the backboard, but unable to do so. And now we see desperation start to fall in for SU. Elim trying to capitalize on that lob. 30 seconds remain, but ETSU looking to hold strong and win this series 4-2.
Yep, 27 seconds on the clock. Mango with an effort at the goal.
Man.
A massive bump and a disgusting goal there by Mango to pull within 1 for Shenandoah. Look at this.
Dude.
That's a weight room gap right there.
Whoa.
Sends Landon to the back of the net, and Mango with a stinky face on the left side of your screen. 1 goal. The name of the game, 20 seconds. Can SU go and capitalize? They have a shot. Skyline with a great clear there to buy more time, but time is not very available for SU. 11 seconds and back to a 2-goal deficit for Shenandoah. This one's looking pretty tough.
Yeah, I mean, that's Landon just able to win out pretty early on against Mango there in that aerial 50-50, and then that speed, the follow-up coming through from ETSU as well, unable to get that one done. Adrift pushing that one to SU's half of the pitch. 4 seconds remain. 2-goal deficit. Once this ball hits the ground, it will be done. ETSU stay alive in game number 4, win the series 3-1, but SU, what a showing.
Yeah, taking a game off of an otherwise undefeated ETSU squad, right? Hadn't lost a series, hadn't lost a game until today. Looking pretty good throughout it, right? We saw bits and pieces of glimmers of hope, right? Signs of life from SU, more than signs of life, right? They were very much competitive in that series, just unable to quite finish the job, maintain these little leads that they had here and there, and Eastern Tennessee State walks away victorious.
Yeah, I love the adjustments coming through as well from SU in Game 3 and Game 4. They were just able to find a lot of clears and then follow up on those clears as well. They were playing more on that defensive side, locking down the offense of ETSU, and then just waiting for their windows to open up. Props to every member on SU, because everyone was finding some goals in this series. You're used to seeing Mango take that lead on that offensive side, but everyone from SU was stepping up and finding those opportunities for the squad.
Yeah, and how about the defense, too? We talk about this squad's offense a lot, especially Mango's offensive pressure, right? He is usually the front runner, the guy taking it across the field. But, I mean, yeah, today was about little breakthroughs, little breakaways that SU was able to capitalize on, and that was exciting to see, right? That's not a playstyle we see this team have to play through very often, but they were not fazed by it, made the most of it, took a game, and looked pretty good along the way.
Yeah, and props to ETSU as well, right? It looked like they got a little rattled there in game number 3, especially coming into game number 4 as well. I mean, coming out with a goal both games from SU. Now you're playing from behind for a lot of that game, but ETSU, calm, cool, collected, Adrift, and Landon just finding these connections, able to find each other halfway across the field and really capitalize on some of these double commits coming through from SU. A little bit of a faster rotation to that offensive side as well from ETSU meant that, I mean, SU just couldn't keep up with some of that offensive power that they were coming out with.
Yeah, that Eastern Tennessee State squad is very complete. They play a very well-rounded game of Rocket League, and that's important if you're in a competitive league like this, in a very competitive bracket and group like this team, these two teams are. So if you're an ETSU fan, you have to feel good about what you just saw, right? That was the first game that they've dropped all season, but they did not let it faze them, right? They were able to still take advantage and close the game out. So with all that said, I believe we do still have one of our stars from the game outside in the arena. Kevin standing by with Elim. Go ahead and take it away.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Chris and Ben. I am here with Eliminate to get a little bit of the post-action thoughts. So tell me, Nate, how are you feeling at the moment?
You know, I can't really be upset about that. That was actually the best team we were going to play this league, and I think we did an outstanding job. Like, for the difference, and I don't want to say difference in skill level because that's very subjective, but they were definitely better than us, and I think we put up a fight. We made them really try their best, and I can't be upset about that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're talking about a team that was able to have clean sweeps across the board until today. Kind of what was running through your head when you guys took that one round in round 3?
I mean, it was exactly how we drew it up. Like, right at the beginning of the set, we said we're going to play defensive. We're going to focus on our defensive habits, make sure that we're having everything solid, not letting it in our net. I mean, that's what we did. We really just locked down their offense, and their defense was honestly a little bit struggling once they couldn't get there. Like, their whole game plan was just completely overrun us on offense. So as soon as we were able to shut that down, it really made a little bit, like, it made more sense. It made it way easier for us to actually get those goals. So I mean, we tried to keep it going in game 4. Not exactly how we drew it up, but it's okay.
Hey, all good. Great stuff. I do want to ask, taking what you've learned from this game, kind of walk me through your thought process going into next week. What is that training going to look like?
I mean, we're going to do our best again. Like I said, that strategy of staying defensive, making sure that we're locking down offense is our biggest. It's really what we do best as a team. So if we can keep that up, then I think we can do pretty well against any team here.
Great stuff here from Eliminate, and with all of that, I do believe we're going to pass it back to Chris and Ben to keep the broadcast going, but end things for Rocket League for today, so take it away.
He's such a fighting game player.
Round 3.
Round 3. What does your training look like? No, that's great stuff out of both Kevin and Eliminate, and it's cool to hear that was what they expected, right? A lot of the observations we made back here were exactly what they wanted us to make observations on out there, right? It was cool hearing that ETSU's whole game plan was to overload the box, right? That we certainly saw plenty of that, but some incredible defensive efforts led to some pretty awesome SU moments.
Yeah, I mean, it was happening just how they drew it up, right? To go down 2-0. SU, the reverse sweep team that they are, like those 5-game series. But yeah, it was really close. I'm glad to hear that the team is still happy, like they're still up with joy and like, all right, we played pretty darn well against what Elim is saying is the hardest team in this group, the first team to take a game off of them as well. So a great performance all around from both squads.
Absolutely. A lot to be happy about for both sides, but ETSU ultimately the ones to walk out 1-0 on the day. So That will do it for Rocket League here at the SU Esports Arena, but we are not done with our competition. We have Smash Bros coming up here at 8, so we're going to take a little break, but don't go anywhere for too long. Be back here at 8, maybe a little bit before 8, because we will start covering that series soon. See you then.
Shenandoah University is a big little university rising.
With 22 Division III sports teams, over 200 areas of study,
Over 300 annual performances, an elite academic esports program,
Nationally ranked health professions programs, one of the biggest university presences on Broadway.
immersive AR and VR learning programs,
Cybersecurity and computer science programs, and innovative undergrad and graduate programs.
all at a place that cares for you.
Shenandoah University is the big little university rising. Find out more at su.edu/rising.
We have the Esports Arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia, and this facility acts as the hub for all esports activity at Shenandoah University. Students are able to use this space not just for competition and practices, but also as a living learning community and a sandbox for them to come and explore and practice and try out things related to and through esports in the gaming industry, so that they're getting that hands-on learning and the skills necessary to help them find a career by the time they graduate. We also have the professional level broadcast production booth, where we do all of our broadcasting and production, from casting of our games that we play right here on campus to working with outside entities to record footage for them as well. In addition to the space that we have here in the Esports Arena is the Esports War Room. Our students get to use that space for studying, but also outside projects. So our students get to use this space for professional development and the academic side of our esports program, which is such a critical component to go with that competitive element that we have. So we combine all of our facilities at Shenandoah University with competition, community, and career preparation. We have over 250 days of programming, and there's something for everybody, and we want you to be part of it.
Then, now back to what's right in front of us, right? We do have Rocket League here at 7. That is in 7 minutes. Coincidentally. So, Shenandoah University varsity against the group, right? ETSU sitting comfy up top there, Florida Southern and FIU right next to them. Shenandoah once again splitting down the middle, right? Trying to fight their way back up to the top.
Very nice sweep last week for the NACE season. It was a beautiful performance. How do you ride that momentum into this week's match?
Well, it was really nice because we got our substitutes a lot of game time as well, which normally they don't get a lot of game time. So it was nice to see them getting active, getting in the game. Just going to look to take that positive mentality, like that positive energy into this game as well. No matter the outcome, you want to stay positive at all times. So
we got to see some of the reserves last week, but we expect to go right back to where we are most comfortable. Kiazi, Mango, Elim, the starting 3 for tonight.
To get Mango that ball in a limb, you see them closest to the camera there, has been stepping up as well.
It's just going to be tough, right? You've got strong teams up the top, and ETSU is certainly one of them.
A lot of times we'll see bumps, we'll see demos try to come in a much more physical game of Rocket League that you don't always see sometimes.
I'm trying to say, in order to force a variable game, right, a game where the other team needs to use all 3 players, what's it going to take? Well, it's going to take SU using all 3 players as well. So a lot of teamwork, a lot of coordination is what it's going to take today for SU to take down that team on the right in the yellow, ETSU, Eastern Tennessee State University, looking to come out strong, right? Game 1 loading in here soon.
Just blow up into a snowballing lead for either team. Well, for either team. For SU, though.
Even though Shenandoah did come out on top, Mango got demoed like a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I had a statistic on that. I don't. But wow, Adrift makes
final minute here of game number 1. Still only a 1-0 ball game to do so just yet.
Yeah, you're right. The defense has been great so far for SU. They have gotten a couple of good breaks, but Elim finds another big break, and it's back down the field. Skyline trying to make a last-ditch effort. The ball does pop up, so we sit with zeros on the clock. Can ETSU take advantage? They do! Impressive score from ETSU does mean they take game 1, but SU
talked about Adrift, but all these players are SSL for a reason. That is just pure
at all. So SU should be proud of that. I think absolutely. Down 1-0 in the series. Now you've got 4 more
here tonight. ETSU won't win off on seconds.
Yeah, and why not? You know, I talked a bit pre-game about how it's going to take a bit of a team effort, but you don't really see opportunities like that often. An open net for SU. Big music.
Half of the pitch, but unable to do so just yet, but still able to find these clears that drift up in the air. Won't be able to find that touch, but Skyline will be able to find it.
One to make the play there, but not able to take the shot. So, landed catches it on the other side, right? We get another center ball. That's a bit dangerous as Adrift goes up and finishes it.
Ball right in front of the net. Mango trying to capitalize on that one. Skyline does get demoed. This could be an opportunity for SU to get on the board. They will be able to do so. I thought
here, but ETSU trying to put a stop to it, maybe push their advantage even more. 2-goal lead here, and another center ball right off an SU defender.
Board. They remain with a 3-goal lead here with 3.5 to go here in game number 2. But
so pinch out to the corner. SU does have a bit of an opportunity, but Adrift able to take control right back, center the ball for Landon. A gorgeous
that triple commit for that 6th goal.
Yeah, it's starting to get out of control pretty quickly here for Shenandoah as they do take a shot top left. Mango finds
Waymark here, and we have 7 goals on the board. A very action-packed game here. Kiazi with the demo as well. A limb capitalizes on that.
Their way back in, but Landon trying to go the distance just a little wide. Can't find it just yet. So one more shot though for Adrift. There's always one more.
Their offensive side of things rather for SU as they were winning out on that kickoff. But that one on target, a limb able to squeeze.
Resulted in a goal, so can't complain if you're SU, right? Pop it right over top. Oh man, Skyline goes right underneath and way back to SU side once again. Mango trying to make a play, trying to get this ball out of their side of the field, but Adrift, they're able to capitalize.
Able to receive that one, passing off to Landon. But right now, I mean, a 4-goal deficit and under a minute to go. SU need to find something, and that is not what they wanted to find. On a strong note, a pass up to Kiazi. Mango's actually going to take it himself. The double tap coming through with a second.
Take a break. Look at that brand placement.
Oh, yeah. Once that snowball starts going, once Adrift starts to come online specifically, man, so maybe that is what they needed. But we can already see the hands getting rubbed together. Griff with a clap, some fist bumps coming around from the team.
Here is elimination time, right? No pun intended. ETSU
find connection. Now we see Landon in the air again. Flip, reset, will use it. The double tap not coming through, but Adrift with the follow-up. A limb still in position.
And a massive save to keep this game even. Do not let ETSU run away like they did last game. And here comes one of those breakaways yet. But, I mean, this is still good news for SU no matter what, right? The more time you're spending on offense, the less time ETSU is spending on offense. And
onto Adrift, trying to just disrupt the movement, but now a clear on target, just barely able to be cleared. Almost Kiazi out of the back of the net, able to clear that one.
Will ETSU be able to even this game out?
A minute and a half to go here in game number 3. Kiazi winning out on that 50-50 will just fall into the net.
Too crazy. But, I mean, okay, 60 seconds left on the clock. SU with a 2-goal lead, and I would say time of possession favoring SU, right? Through 2 games, I would not have believed that statistic. Another great save from
won't be able to find that one off the post. Adrift again. Kiazi back on that Skyline in position. Won't be able to find that one. The crossbar coming up huge for SU. And now the follow-up coming through. ETSU able to find
that go in. Zeros on the clock. The ball will hit the ground, and SU able to strike back in game 3 and stay alive in this series.
Here, just to try to get it out of the way into Landon or Skyline's hands, right? They were able to finally find clears. I heard that in real life. Like, I don't know.
An incredible performance in game 3, something that we had not seen through the first 2 games.
One goal there with 30 seconds left to go in game number 3. And then ETSU still
as this game started, we heard one more war cry from out in the arena. So energy's high for this team. Ball makes its way back to midfield, right? So far, no offensive threat from ETSU. Wow, a great fake into Mango, able to finish the job.
Again with a 1-0 lead here to start game number 4.
Competition has a deep mental aspect. We just watched ETSU drop their first game of the series, right? After a pretty impressive game 2 performance and a solid game 1 performance, right? The game plan reeling right now. Oh, wow, big commit there from SU. Ball goes a little bit wide. SU's got some time to react, but they can't quite get there
enough to not get demoed. And now Mango trying to send this one over to the corner. Alim with a shot on goal will go in. SU not tied up for long.
And all of a sudden, SU's offense is really coming together.
To Landon, who gets quickly demoed by Kiazi. That's what Alim was trying to do there earlier on that goal. But that one Well, there's not many defenders back for SU.
Ball on that one. Good save there by Elim to just bail and buy time, but landed once again. This ETSU do it take, you said it, their first lead of game number 4 here, and an opportunity for another one. Great defense. Again, great defense by SU, but can they turn it into anything? The name of the game has been these breakaways, but so far game 4 is just not falling their way.
Yeah, 70 seconds is not a lot of time, but also kind of a lot of time in a series 4-2.
Yep, 27 seconds on the clock. Mango with an effort at
the
goal. A massive bump and a disgusting goal there by 1 goal. The name of the game, 20 seconds. Can SU go and capitalize? They have a shot. Skyline with a great clear there to buy more time, but time is not very available.
If this ball hits the ground, it will be done. ETSU stay alive in game number 4, win the series 3-1, but SU, what a showing.
Unable to quite finish the job, maintain these.
We're used to seeing Mango take that lead on that offensive side, but everyone from SU was stepping up and finding those opportunities for the squad.
You see it, right? That's not a playstyle we see this team have to play through very often, but they were not fazed by it. Made the most of it, took a game, and looked pretty good along the way.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Chris and Ben. I am here with Eliminate to get a little bit of the post-action thoughts. So tell me, Nick, how are you feeling at the moment?
You know, I can't really be upset about that. That was actually the best team we were going to play this league, and I think we did an outstanding job. Like, for the difference, and I don't want to say skill level because that's very subjective, but they were definitely better than us, and I think we put up a fight. We made them really try their best, and I can't be upset about that.
Great stuff. I do want to ask, taking what you've learned from this game, kind of walk me through your thought process going into next week. What is that training going to look like?
I mean, we're going to do our best again. Like I said, that strategy of staying defensive, making sure that we're locking down offense is our biggest. That's really what we do best as a team. So if we can keep that up, then I think we can do pretty well against any team here.
Plenty of that, but some incredible defensive efforts led to some pretty awesome SU moments.
To take a game off of them as well, so a great performance all around from both squads.
Hand out, she holds. It's feeling like we've been here before. We're both so broke. That's something that'll keep us afloat. Don't walk too slow. We can't keep falling deeper again. Came too close and the taste so far from pure. A rush of blood, but we search for so much more. We've all been here before. We've all been here before. We've all been here before. Hand out, she holds. It's feeling like we've been here before. We're both so broke. That's something that'll keep us afloat. Don't walk too slow. We can't keep falling deeper again. Came too close and the taste so far from pure. A rush of blood, but we search for so much more. We've all been here before.
8 p.m. local time here, Eastern Standard Time in Winchester, Virginia. One form of competition behind us. It's been an exciting day here in the Esports arena. Rocket League finishing their series against ETSU, unfortunately going down 3-1, but not before looking pretty good along the way. We come back to you right on time, right when we said we would, for our two more forms of competition. Smash Bros will be taking on UNCW, and Way Awesome Kevin will be competing in his CFGC Street Fighter sequence. Well, welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for bearing with us. Shout out to our prod crew there, but we want to welcome you back into our booth here. I'm Chris Clayton, he's Ben Kincaid, and we are going to take you through some exciting Smash Bros. Varsity competition.
Yeah, this is going to be an absolute blast here. We have a very, very strong team that we are going up against the University North Carolina Wilmington campus here. Star-studded roster, right? Very, very strong players, but we have a pretty darn good roster of our own, might I say. I believe we're sitting 1-0 here. This is a reschedule from last week due to all that snow that we talked about earlier here on tonight's broadcast. But yeah, this is going to be a tough matchup. Some wacky characters coming out as well. Very excited to get this one underway.
Yeah, I did forget to mention that you are right. We talked about it before the Rocket League series. You might be confused if you're used to our usual schedule here at Shenandoah, why I'm even on the show right now. But that's because, like Ben said, we had some chaos last week. This area got hit by a lot of snow. The arena wasn't open. Our teams weren't able to compete. So reschedules had to take place. And this is technically week 2's competition for Smash Bros, even though their week 3 competition will be tomorrow. So with all that behind us, right, 2 1-0 teams coming into today. We can take a look at this very special team here. Their statistics so far on the year. Last season, getting a little bit ahead of myself. 6-2 last season, 14-5 in terms of games, right? This team does not lose sets very often. And on the other side, UNCW, right? Fighting to stay above the 500 mark, right? A solid team overall, maybe not finding the results that they would like, but nothing to scoff at, right? An impressive team nonetheless, and they find themselves in the same group here tonight.
Yeah, SU trying to come off of a great last season, taking a peek at what has gone on this season. The exact same. 1-0 for the series record. This is the reschedule. It'll be either a 1-1 or a 2-0 for one of these teams here. The game record, of course, clean sets coming through from both of these squads. A nice 2-0 for them. So the battle of the undefeated, if you will. Who is going to stay atop of the group? We will have to wait and see.
Yeah, no better way to start the season. And what's the best part about being 1-0? Well, it's that you get the opportunity to compete and be 2-0. So Shenandoah looking to pull ahead to 2-0 today. UNCW looking to do the same. So it's also important to mention, right? We mentioned earlier in this stream that SU's coming off a pretty heartbreaking loss on last Thursday. And you may be confused if you just saw that graphic and saw that SU's undefeated. SU competes in multiple leagues, right? That was their NACE competition. This is NECC competition. So the records don't carry over, right? These are 2 independent seasons. However, they're going on concurrently. So still coming off a tough loss, even though it's not in NECC standings. That's a lot of heat headed UNCW's way, right? This team was not happy with how that ended. I know they were pretty disappointed, definitely heartbroken with how that series closed. It came down to 1 stock. Everybody played very impressive, but a couple moments here and there just did not fall SU's way, and they dropped that series in NACE. So with that behind them, though, today's a new day. It's a Monday, start of a new week, rescheduled, and we're here. We've got the team ahead of us, and we're going to talk about them all night. I could talk about them for the rest of my life, frankly. These 4 players that you see so regularly, and every single time this graphic comes up, I have to point out that, yes, by definition, we have a sub on this team, but this roster is very fluid. We saw the series come down to Far Rhombus on that last stock just on Thursday. So massive improvements from the reserves on this squad, but the tried and true, the 4 on your screen, very, very powerful combination of 4 Smash Bros. Players, and I expect that we'll see a lot of these 4 specifically tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Far Rhombus, you mentioned him just briefly, but played out of their mind last week,
Yes.
mind you, against a very, very strong Mario player. Almost won that one for SU. But yeah, those 4 up on the screen that you just saw, Willie, Igloo, AJ, and Kip on that Pac-Man. You see Kip there on your screen. Typically our leading man here when it comes to our crew battles. They're all very good and do very well at separate things, right? Kip does a great job at just confusing the enemy with all of the fruits that Pac-Man has available to themselves, and spaceships and keys and bells
Right.
and a little bit of everything.
The whole arsenal.
But yeah, it's a very unique roster that we have here and a very talented roster through all 5 members.
Absolutely. And you may have noticed as well on that shot, way awesome Kevin, sitting
Yes,
out in the arena.
yes.
I want to shout out again that he is competing in CFGC Street Fighter 6 competition, and we are streaming that on our YouTube, so be sure to tune in over there if that's what you're looking for, right? If you tune in and looking for Street Fighter, and this is Smash Bros, this will only be Smash Bros. We're not covering both on this stream, so go check out the YouTube. Drop us a follow here before you leave. But yeah, go tune into the YouTube if you want to look for Way Awesome Kevin on the Street Fighter. Back to what's ahead of us, though. Strong matchup. Talented opponents. We know a little bit about this North Carolina Wilmington squad, right? We're pretty confident that they have a very strong Snake player who has some impressive results that we'll get into later. But on top of that, we're pretty confident that we'll see a Captain Falcon, a Meta Knight, and probably a Lucina. There's some other options in there, but the reason I am mentioning all this now is because when we looked at the roster graphic, we pointed out that Far Rhombus is pretty fluid in the starting 4, but I'm not expecting to see too much of him today because, excuse me, Kip, usually the opener, right?
Yeah.
Nothing crazy there. Everybody else kind of has their matchups that they want, but a lot of these matchups in particular are pretty good for Falco.
Yes.
In particular. So, AJ, I'm expecting to see quite a bit of here today. I mean, obviously, there's only so much you can see. He's going to go in either 2 or 3 times. But if it comes down to, you know, our usual structure of connecting the bridge between Kip and Willie with some combination of Igloo, Far Rhombus, or AJ in between, I'm expecting AJ to be in there pretty consistently.
Yeah, it's definitely just going to be a mix-up of, all right, who likes what matchup right now as we hop into the first set here. Kip, of course, leading off for SU. And we have Pyro on the Meta Knight, one of the 3 characters that we expected to see coming through here from UNCW here tonight as a beautiful string is put together by Kip. They're 81% to 0 in favor of SU's Pac God.
Yeah, can't start any better, right? Kip has not been hit just yet, stringing together some very impressive combos and so far just controlling the stage very nicely. The matchup preference on the left side of your screen showing you that Kip could not like a matchup just about anymore. Oh no! A big mistake there by Pyro, running directly into the Hydrant, getting stunned, promptly smash attacked, and sent directly into the blast zone. Great start there from Kip to find a stock lead already. The jab reset leading directly into the smash attack once again, and Kip is in a rhythm right now.
I mean, Kip is just on top of things right now. Only 8% built up on this first stock to 108 built up onto Pyro's second stock on this Meta Knight. Bell in hand yet again, won't pick that one up, going for that grab, trying to read the Meta Knight's movement, but unable to do so. And frankly, I mean, this is a very difficult matchup. We already saw that match preference that Kip loves what this looks like for them. The Bell just barely getting shielded by Pyro, but unable to really do anything. The spacing just too good coming through from Kip, and unable to get back to the stage is Pyro. 1 stock left.
Yeah, admittedly, I was looking at Kip when Meta Knight was recovering there. I didn't see it if he just got stuck on the bottom of the platform, but I would think Meta Knight should make it back from that. Maybe not. I don't know. Either a mistake from Meta Knight or just unable to make it back leads to another stock lost. And so far, little to no success on the Pyro side, right? 46% and 0 stocks taken is not at all where you'd like to be, especially knowing what's in reserve for SU, right? You cannot afford to fall behind that much early. Wow, a cheeky little look with the green fruit there and the fire hydrant. That will absolutely kill at 95%, but can't quite find its way home. We find our way back to the center of the stage. The stun lands on the Hydrant, and I think just confused the Meta Knight just a little bit, right? These are these weird Pac-Man interactions that we talk about all the time. This character is not very common and can create uncomfortable scenarios that other Smash players don't find themselves in very often. So, a lot of them Kip has found himself in and can capitalize more often than not. So, 66% on the Pac-Man. This is where you need to take a stock, right? 153, you gotta believe that Pyro's gonna go down eventually. But can he get a stock before losing his last? You're not gonna do it like that. He will get grabbed right at the ledge. That back throw kills every time. And Kip opening the series with a 3 stock to 0.
I mean, that was just pure domination coming through from Kip there. Just Pyro trying to dance around and find some space to really try to put any sort of string together of their own. We saw a jab there towards the end come through from the Meta Knight, able to connect on that one, but was not able to string that into anything else. Kip able to buy that space yet again with the Hydrant, farm up the bell, the key, whatever is needed to try to apply this pressure, and then just run away with that first game.
Yeah, so strong start. Again, can't start any better than that if you're SU. 3 stock lead, excuse me, heading into player number 2 for UNCW. Again, of the options, I guess we'll go through the rest of these. So we said Snake, Captain Falcon, Meta Knight, Lucina were the 4 that I mentioned. Meta Knight now checked off. The reserves, I put in air quotation marks. Falco, Bowser, Greninja, and potentially another player. So that's what's on the menu for tonight, right? What do you put in against the Pac-Man? I still, through 2 years of casting over this team, don't really have the answer to that. But I guess we can talk a little bit about the Snake, if nothing else, right? Because this Snake player, his name is Ian, he's an incredible player.
Very good.
To put it simply, this player has gotten results on LAN, offline, right, and online Coinbox tournaments and Arcadia. Impressive stuff, right? This is clearly a pretty well-rounded player. So we expect, up here at least, we expect the Snake to probably act as an anchor, which, if any of you have been following along, that might scare you a little bit, because last time Shenandoah had to go up against the Snake as an anchor, that was against Thomas More, and that player was incredible. Ended up taking like 9 stocks off of SU, and ultimately Shenandoah comes out on top in that series, but that Snake player caused a lot of problems. So I don't think we'll see the Snake right now, but that's something to keep an eye out for down the line.
Yeah, everyone on SU's roster as well both said this Snake is, everyone said this Snake is dangerous and probably better than the one they saw at Thomas More, right? Yeah. So they are very conscientious of this Snake, right? They know about it. They've planned around it, hopefully. Right. Hopefully they've planned around it. I'm sure they have. I mean, Igloo, our captain, does a great job at really locking in, finding those puzzle pieces, putting them exactly where they have to be, and coming out with some very squeaky clean wins and some pretty close ones as well. But yeah, this is going to be kind of the juggling match now as we enter the, all right, who comes in next is no longer blind. They know we have the Pac-Man out. It has to stay the Pac-Man Kip until all 3 stocks are gone. So we will just have to wait and see. Maybe it is that Snake. It's something that's was working for other teams. Thomas More looked very good with that one, so we'll just have to see if that comes out now or if it's going to be that Captain Falcon without Lucina to come through for UNCW.
Yeah, this is the game we play, right? This is the crew battle conundrum. Wow, alliteration. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough juggling match that both teams have to play. SU in an advantage state right now, not forced to make any decisions as they get to take a full 3 stocks into whoever UNCW decides to send in second. I did have the pleasure of talking to Igloo after that Thursday series as well, and he does make most of the decisions in who to put in and when. I can't really call him like a coach, but he's the one making those decisions as well, you know, in combination with the rest of the roster, right? It is a cohesive unit, but most of that gets attributed to Igloo. And after that series on Thursday, he did say that all the puzzle pieces felt like they went in at the right times. It was just little things, last hit situations that you're just not going to get all of them. Right. So I do trust a lot of Igloo's decisions, right? Even if, we back here sort of work our way to different conclusions. He's a very smart guy. He knows his way around Smash Bros. So hopefully we'll get to see some of that decision-making here soon. But so far, the ball's in UNCW's court.
Yeah, not seen a player selection come through just yet for UNCW. We expect one of those top 4 players to come through. I'm pretty hung up on the snake, right? I think that is what will possibly come through. But if that player is as dangerous as we think and know that they can be, it would not be surprising to see that snake in that kind of anchor position to be like, all right, let's see how much we can just get off and see if I can then run the table and go out with a set victory for UNCW to go up 1-0 on the series. So we'll just have to wait and see to see who gets brought out here. But on the side of SU, Kip looks very comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Looks very good.
Yeah, that was textbook out of Kip. That's exactly what you would hope to see. He certainly caught his rhythm early and never really lost it. And I think if you're UNCW, you kind of have to think, okay, who can match the spacing ability of Pac-Man? Who can keep up with the range? Who can keep up with the recoveries? Who can get through the fire hydrant? And admittedly, I don't see much of that on this UNCW roster. I don't love Captain Falcon into Pac-Man. I don't love... Lucina feels a little bit better, maybe. But honestly, I think you dig deep into your bag of tricks and pull out the Falco, if I had to think. But at the same time, knowing what we know, Kip has a lot of matchup experience against Falco, having AJ on the same team as him. So... It's hard to say. We'll let you know as soon as we get a decision, but we do have a preview of the Switch that these guys are playing on, and I don't see them in the arena currently. So maybe a bit of technical difficulties. We'll let you know what we know when we know it. But ultimately, yeah, I don't... UNCW already has a bit of a situation on their hands in that I don't love any of these characters for dealing with a Pac-Man.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they bring out. We did just get word that we are going to go to a very quick ad break as we figure out what some of our technical difficulties might be here. So don't go anywhere, and we will be right back.
Shenandoah University is a big little university rising.
With 22 Division III sports teams, over 200 areas of study,
Over 300 annual performances, an elite academic esports program,
Nationally ranked health professions programs, one of the biggest university presences on Broadway,
immersive AR and VR learning programs,
cybersecurity and computer science programs, and innovative undergrad and graduate programs.
all at a place that cares for you.
Shenandoah University is the big little university rising. Find out more at su.edu/rising.
We have the Esports Arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia, and this facility acts as the hub for all esports activity at Shenandoah University. Students are able to use this space not just for competition and practices, but also as a living learning community and a sandbox for them to come and explore and practice and try out things related to and through esports in the gaming industry so that they're getting that hands-on learning in the...
Welcome you back to the booth here. We had some technical issues, and sorry to pull you away from that very nice advertisement for this awesome school that we get to attend, but technical difficulties seem to have been resolved. Kip trying to maintain this 3-stock lead, and the answer for UNCW is the Lucina. Good lord! Taking the Lucina all the way across the stage, forward air after forward air after forward air after forward air, all the way into the blast zone.
That is a bad man right there playing that Pac-Man. Let me tell you, off-stage interaction is something that Kip thrives in pretty much all the time. I mean, I've not seen Kip not be able to finish some of those kills off of the stage, but it is the Lucina to come through on the response, something that we were thinking about. Does pretty well in the air if they can get Pac-Man up there. Very good aerial juggle. A lot of sword characters have that luxury of that juggle. Lucina trying to get that offstage interaction, but unable to do so. Pac-Man with one of the best recoveries in the game, and you can see why just right there.
Yeah, so I do like the decision, right? If I was looking at only the top 4 options, like between Snake, Captain Falcon, and Lucina, I think Lucina made the most sense because I think she can get through that fire hydrant with her side B. I forget the name of that, and a great falling aerial into a smash attack there. Great little combo to secure Kip's first stock finally off the board. But I do think, oh wow, Kip going for it all, and he will find the side B off of the stun, trading stocks easy peasy, no problem for Kip so far.
Yeah, I mean, good approach coming through there from Kip. I mean, just knows exactly where that bell is going to launch to. Lucina has that side B ready to go, able to connect with that one, finding that stock. Has lost a stock of his own, but nothing to be too worried about right now. I mean, you're still up 4 stocks at the current moment, trying to make that 5 with a potential stock here. Bell up in the air will land up on that platform. Tossed again, won't connect onto the Lucina. Now just trying to play this space, and that's the power of Lucina, able to get through that hydrant with one foul swoop.
Yeah, so that helps, right? That helps Lucina deal with the zone. Catching Pac-Man's fruit there is kind of funny, but yeah, these little interactions, you know, the fruit landing on the platform, right? Little things like this that players are, wow. A little standoff there, and oh man! Kip with another great read. It's, again, like us on the desk, we don't know where that bell is going to send you, but Kip does every single time. So it's, oh man, the regrab, the iframes had worn out. So, wow, Lucina able to make it back onto stage over the hydrant that time. We'll see if they're able to get back once again. The bell connects, and that is just so oppressive. That bell covers like all of your options. So Kip once again able to capitalize. 2 stocks remaining this time around, and we are headed to player number 3 for UNCW.
A 5 stock lead coming into this third player for SU. Great stuff yet again coming through from Kip. Lucina able to get that 1 stock, trying to get some momentum into UNCW's favor. But again, Kip is just playing great Smash Bros. Knows when to go in, has the openings, knows when you have the spacing to really just sit behind that hydrant, farm up a Bell, a Galaga, a Key, whatever it might be, and then just placement, right? Knows exactly where people are going to be launched from the Bell, knows when those frames are going to wear off and be vulnerable on that edge, as pretty much most Smash players will know that. Yeah. But the timing sometimes is a little bit tricky.
Yeah, and so, okay, now UNCW has 2 players left, and we feel pretty confident that it's going to be the Captain Falcon and the Snake. Again, there are other players on this roster, but I think it makes the most sense for UNCW that these 2 are the remaining 2. The problem with that is I think Snake is the only one that can, I mean, compared to Captain Falcon, I think Snake has a significantly better chance of dealing with Pac-Man's range again. But do you pull the Snake out of the anchor position? Is Snake even in the anchor position?
Yeah.
Hard to say, right? But if he is, and we are assuming he is, you kind of got to make a pretty tough decision. And it's, do you put this fire out now and try to just get the Pac-Man off your screen? I think you kind of have to, because I really don't like a Captain Falcon's odds into a Pac-Man's oppressiveness.
Yeah, I feel like you need to get Kip off the board, right? He has been running through your team thus far, only lost a stock to the 6 of UNCW. So I do feel like the Snake is the option here. You have the C4s to have some spacing, and then you have a whole bunch of rockets and grenades and some range that you can play with as well to disrupt the space that Pac-Man likes to try to sit in further away from his opposition, right? So if you can play the range game along with the Pac-Man, you might stand a little bit of a better chance to try to get those final 2 stocks.
Yeah, so I'm doing a little bit of cheating right now. I'm looking ahead at the matchup preferences for our own team, and specifically, Kip on the Pac-Man has the Captain Falcon matchup listed as a 2 on a scale of 3 to -3, positive numbers being a good thing. So I think that agrees, right? I mean, I could check the Snake matchup, but the takeaway is that, yeah, I really don't like the Captain Falcon pick into Pac-Man, which I think means if you want to maintain any chance of still coming out on top in set number 1, you have to put Snake out now. I do see Snake on here. Snake is an even matchup according to Kip. So I think that's your best odds, right? If we're
Yeah.
just going strictly off numbers and even beyond numbers, I think that makes the most sense. I think you need to try to take these 2 stocks without losing any more than you already have.
Yeah, and maybe the Snake goes on a tear of their own, right? Evens it up here at around 6-5, 6-3 at the end of the day, going into then that Captain Falcon that then gets to play through another great second half of our roster, right? We have usually Igloo and Willie in those final 2 spots, give or take some of these matchups. Sometimes we've seen Willie come out a little bit earlier just to clean up some of the stronger players on some of these rosters, right? Because sometimes they do have to come out early because we do have a very strong opening sequence to our SU squad.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's tough, right? It's hard to ignore what's in the back line for SU, right? Knowing how strong it is. But I think you kind of have to ignore it, right? I think you need to look short term. None of the back line for Shenandoah matters if you can't get past the Pac-Man. But UNCW disagrees with me. They are opting to send the Captain Falcon in now. So the tall one with a tall mountain to climb. Whoa, excuse me. We will not be getting into game just yet. Kip, maybe a little bit of a button check there. That's all right. But, I mean, we saw the matchup preference. Again, Kip couldn't like it more. So, I don't know. It's a hard decision, right? It's a bad decision versus a worse decision. Or a bad option versus a worse option. Which one do you like more?
Yeah.
I don't know. Neither feels good. But Captain Falcon's the answer that UNCW gives.
Yeah, Captain Falcon will be coming through, does a pretty sizable chunk of damage, a very heavy hitter, especially if they can put some of their strings together. The knee does a whole lot of damage from this race car driver, so we will have to see if there's strings put together for this Captain Falcon, right? Kip will be playing his distance as per normal, so we will have to wait and see if the Captain Falcon can come close to him, and we can already see a couple strings there put together for the Captain Falcon, but now we see Kip back on the offensive, trying to take him off the stage, just barely unable to follow up with the rest of that string.
Okay, matchup preference looks great. 70% on the Captain Falcon, and the bell finds its way home once again, trying to go off stage and finish it. Can't quite do it. This is where Captain Falcon thrives. If you're able to get into a neutral position against this Pac-Man, I would give it to Captain Falcon, right? This neutral game is pretty nasty, but if you give Pac-Man room to work and space that he can defend, it's going to become oppressive. But Captain Falcon, the tall one, not giving him much to work with, finding an up smash there, up to 96%. Kip on his last stock, now just trying to get even more extra credit. Oh, wow! A heck of a call out there, charging the up smash, and it still did not kill. That shocks me, but 130% onto the Captain Falcon. We all get a chance to breathe, and now Captain Falcon gets another opportunity to go to work.
The apple coming out from Kip, trying to play with that hydrant, will instead just find the side air there to seal the deal on that first stock. Now Kip going for some extra credit here on this final stock, seeing what they can get the neutral air. I mean, great spacing coming through from Kip thus far, but the tall one as well. This Captain Falcon doing a great job at finding some space of their own.
Yeah, okay, now this is where you need to be careful. Oh! He's got a trampoline. Oh, it doesn't matter. The angle goes slightly wide of the trampoline. The down air will finish the job, find the spike, send Kip all the way down to the blast zone, and now, finally, UNCW did find the answer, deal with the Pac-Man, and only lost one stock along the way. So that matchup admittedly didn't look as bad as I thought it would, and UNCW starts chipping away now at this, what now,
9-5?
Four stock lead? Yeah.
Yeah, 4-stock lead coming through here from SU. The Captain Falcon looked great into that Pac-Man, right? Able to put together those strings, finding that down air as well, that spike, the double boot to the face, if you will, does a whole lot of damage and is a great edge guard, especially if you find that framing right at the ledge. So, yeah, great stuff coming through from the tall one on that Captain Falcon. But, yeah, so we'll just have to see if this Captain Falcon can keep this momentum up and go into one of our remaining 4 players that we could potentially put in here.
Yeah, this is a little weird now on the back end because, so I know that I mean, we got to watch Igloo practice against the Captain Falcon matchup for a good amount of time. I imagine he feels pretty good about it, but I admittedly don't really know if Falco or Jigglypuff would be better on paper. I don't think so. I think Yoshi makes a good amount of sense, and it does look like that's what we're going to get. We have a bit of a head start over you all watching from home, but yeah, it looks like it will be Igloo on the Yoshi, and I think that's the right move. So the fun thing about Yoshi is that he can just jump. Yeah. Period. Like his double jump is stronger than other characters' double jumps, and it allows him to get out of sort of weak hit combo strings, like a Captain Falcon string, for example. So, not sure how this preference looks. It is a good one, and I think that makes sense. Again, I think Yoshi is able to just sort of break out of a good amount of these combos, and we'll see if I'll try to point it out if it happens, but that is just a factor to keep an eye out for. So far, though, the tall one not really letting Igloo breathe just yet.
Yeah, I mean, not getting a hit just yet is Igloo on this Yoshi. Has been unable to find these aerial juggles that we just saw there. Doing a great job now, racking up some of this percentage. Now it's pretty much an even ball game here for Igloo and this Captain Falcon. Trying to just keep this Falcon at arm's reach, keep them on that edge, and possibly just juggle this Falcon to the end of the rope.
Yeah, keep an eye on these offstage interactions as well, because Yoshi can afford to go really far off stage to try to prevent Captain Falcon from making it back to stage, and Captain Falcon's offstage options are extremely limited. So Igloo has some predictability, or like predictable options in that sense, but it's going to take getting him in that situation to begin with to be able to capitalize on it. 123% now on the Captain Falcon, a great egg combo into the up air. Able to finish that one off. One stock remaining on this Captain Falcon, trying to just claw into this lead however much they can. They were able to get rid of Kip, but can they finish off Igloo? It's not looking great so far. The up B out of shield, a very great option. Now getting, Igloo up to 150% and finds himself right into a Captain Falcon up smash, taking one stock off Igloo and bringing the stock deficit only to 4 again.
8-4 now, the stocks. Igloo now going for a little bit of a juggle, trying to get the tall one in the air. Able to do so for just a moment. Trying to put the tall one in the belly of the Yoshi, popping out the egg as well, but unable to do so. I mean, Igloo doing a great job at keeping the tall one. Oh, there's the spike. There it is. Igloo cleaning up the Captain Falcon.
Yeah, good stuff. Team's happy with that one. Igloo's happy with that one. Great little combo there with the egg off the ledge, setting up perfectly for a sweet spot forward air. Don't see that very often out of Igloo, right? He doesn't tend to get very aggressive on his forward airs, and for good reason, right? It is a pretty aggressive option, and it's rare that it is the best option, but able to strike home on that one. Finds pay dirt, set up perfectly for a spike, and we watch Captain Falcon go down the exact way he sent Kip to the blast zone. So, yeah. One player remaining for UNCW. Whoa, my balance. One player remaining for UNCW. We expect wholeheartedly that it's going to be the Snake, unless the Snake is not around for some reason. This is an incredible player. And I'm going to mention it now. So, for you Smash heads out there, you may have been following Genesis, big major event that just happened.
Congrats,
yep, Hungrybox taking his first major title in too long.
Yeah, a while.
But that was on the Melee side. On the Ultimate side, a Snake player just won the whole tournament. And on the other side, Luminosity, the esports org, releases like power rankings, not power rankings, character like tier lists for Smash Bros. Based off a composite of the top 100 Smash players. They all rank every Smash character in the game, and they release it as a tier list. The third best character in the game, according to the top 100 Smash Bros. Players in the world, is Snake. Snake has had a meteoric rise in the meta in Smash Bros., and it's something that we haven't really seen since like the release of Steve, and even then that hardly counts because it wasn't really a rise. He was just released. So the top 3 were Steve, Sonic, and Snake. But the fact that Snake is even up there out of nowhere, we've all known that Snake is a very strong character, but this character, as of recently, has gained so much traction.
Yeah, I mean, Snake just has a lot of options, right? To play close range, just holding on to that grenade and just playing kind of just that in-your-face brawl kind of style, but also has a lot of options of range as well. So it's difficult to play around those two kind of play styles that a Snake can go for. And a really good Snake can switch between both of them really fast, really easily. So we'll have to see what this Snake will be able to do. We do have another sneak peek. I don't know if you just saw Chris's face there, but it's Bowser?
Okay, well, all that hype about Snake as a character, it looks like will not manifest just yet, if at all, today. Final decision for UNCW is to send in the Bowser. This was a curveball to us, but we make mistakes sometimes here behind the desk, and that is quite all right. So the last line of defense for North Carolina Wilmington is Metal Jesus on the Bowser. 3 stocks remaining, 8 stocks ahead of him. Can he take care of business? We shall see, but against against the Igloo Yoshi, that's a proper 0 to death there. The matchup preference suggesting otherwise, but Igloo looking extremely comfortable to start this off so far.
I mean, Igloo just bringing it to the Bowser. Almost finds another one potentially. Now, Metal Jesus juggling the Yoshi up in the air just for a moment, but not for long. The spike coming through as well. Just barely able to make it back to that ledge.
Okay, Igloo looks extremely comfortable right now. He is throwing out moves, and every single one of them is connecting. So this is the tough part about Bowser, right? He's extremely fast, but he's extremely heavy, and he's massive, right? It's so easy to string this character in just about whatever way you want, and he'll live for a long time, but not long enough, right? 148% forward smash connects. That kills you from center stage. It's not often that you see a heavyweight character die like that, but Igloo making light work of the heavyweight characters in this game, shielding the down airs, and Bowser just can't find anything. Every move that Igloo is throwing out right now is connecting exactly how he wants it to.
I mean, Igloo is just chasing down this Bowser, unable to do really anything right now. The back air connecting won't connect in full for Igloo there. Could have potentially found a kill with that one if that whole move connects, but still, I mean, this Bowser unable to really find any ground thus far in this Yoshi matchup here against Igloo.
So 113% so far onto Igloo. It would, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, it would take a miracle for Metal Jesus to take 8 straight stocks from this position, but it's not totally impossible if Metal Jesus is able to sort of take this stock quickly, just like that. Forward smash from center stage. That forward smash is one of the hardest hitting ones in the game. And can he try to drag Yoshi into situations like that? He knows what it's going to take to claw back. It's going to take a cheesy, sort of gimmicky kill under these circumstances, but there is 0 room for error. You're going to see a lot of those shields coming out, and the egg connects. He is still very heavy Bowser, so he won't quite go down yet, racking up percentages, though he does have to recover all the way outside. A great job there, avoiding Igloo's off-stage efforts, and will get grabbed once again. Yoshi doesn't have a kill throw.
There it is.
And he will find a soured spot forward air. And SU takes care of business. Set number 1 behind them. 2 players. And really no information given out of SU, right? Taking care of business pretty swiftly and taking a lead in the series.
Yeah, that's 7 stocks remaining for SU there in that first set. So a great showing here, but I'm left scratching my head of where is the Snake?
Yeah, I don't know. It's very possible that we made a mistake back here, right? Maybe this player isn't on this roster. I don't know. Or just not there in person. But that's about the only reason I can think of, right? We know what this player in particular is capable of, and you have to think that if this player was an option, that they would be in. So don't know, right? Maybe it was a decision to say, all right, the first half of this set did not go at all how we wanted it to.
Right.
Let's save the Snake for a reverse sweep because that's what it's going to take. who knows, right? The only people that know are in that UNCW room. So, nonetheless, right, the 4 characters we did get, the Meta Knight, the Lucina, the Captain Falcon, and the Bowser, making a showing, right? Not quite able to take care of the Pac-Man, right? That seems to be the major hurdle in UNCW's way. If they can overcome that, if they have a strategy for it, maybe the Snake comes out first, set number 2, and just deals with Kip, and then we all blink and Kip's gone. I don't know, but that's all we can assume for now, I guess.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if we do see the Snake at all. Like you said, maybe just not available tonight for this reschedule. They do have a deep roster here. At least, around 8 players on this roster potentially for UNCW. So they have a lot of character selection to work from. But first things first, you got to figure out how to get through Kip. Yeah. Right? This Pac-Man ran through your team here to start things off looking very, very strong. The answer that we think would be the answer is this Snake, which might be coming in here first to try to match it up, and maybe it's some mental gymnastics. Maybe Kip doesn't go out first. Maybe it's someone else. Who knows? But that's usually what happens for this SU squad as we wait to jump in here for this second set. Meanwhile, we still do have Way Awesome Kevin on the Street Fighter side of things. I think looking pretty good from what I've seen little glimpses of here and there. So yeah, I mean, very exciting stuff still going on here as we will take a little bit of a jump into this Street Fighter action. Won his first set 4-1. Looking very, very good.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. I did tell you all that we weren't going to cover much Street Fighter here. We will just be doing Smash, but I guess this is the beauty of having a bit of a break between sets, right? The players get to breathe, and we have to sit here and buy time for them to come back. So what better way than to take a peek into the other competition here in our esports arena? Kevin, like we said, won his first set 4-1, so great start there, and now looks like up 1-0, or at least on a 3-1 over this Ed. So good stuff here. We are not Street Fighter experts.
No.
Right? If you've tuned into this and are looking for expert analysis from us, leave.
Yeah.
Except don't. But yeah, we're all fans just like you. We want the best for Way Awesome Kevin. We get to watch some awesome Street Fighter while we wait for the Smash players to return.
So what I've gotten is Ed can turn purple, and Bison can be green sometimes.
True.
And the health bars are at the top. I got that much. Okay, producer just said all characters can be green, so scratch that. I don't know what it means anymore.
So, okay, I have casted Street Fighter once before. I am related to the guy on the right side of the screen, right? I know a little bit here. Okay, so they have these bars underneath their health, and that is your drive meter, I think is what it's called, and your drive gauge, close enough if you ask me, and then you, like what we just saw Kevin do is a drive impact, which can lead to some very strong combos, but it's a bit of an aggressive move, right? This is a fighting game, just like Smash, if we're going to take this full circle into the Smash broadcast that this is. This is all one big rock, paper, scissors game, if I've learned anything from Kevin, and I mean, I don't know, it looks like Kevin's coming out on top in the glorified rock, paper, scissors, so great stuff from him. We wish him the best of luck, but I do believe the reason you see us now is because we're preparing to get into set number 2 here. So the Street Fighter 6 was fun to watch, but that will still be on our B stream on YouTube. If you're here to watch Street Fighter, be sure to go tune in over on the YouTube. But for now, we've got AJ in. We are mental gaming both ways. Metal Jesus, the anchor for UNCW, comes out first and immediately gets spiked, carried all the way off stage, and sent to the blast zone. Meanwhile, on the other side of the field, we've got SU sending out AJ first, and that's not at all what we were expecting. Not something that we really see ever. So AJ with an opportunity to really build an advantage for this SU roster and has a pretty solid, pretty okay matchup on his hands to start.
Yeah, AJ trying just to find the recovery to get back onto this stage, already finding that first stock against Metal Jesus here. And yeah, this is AJ start. I kind of joked about a little switch up. I didn't expect it to really happen as the edge guard comes through from Metal Jesus on this Bowser, as now AJ tries to find yet another juggle but won't go for it just yet. Will play the range with the laser gun, just trying to get a little bit of poke damage here to try to get Bowser into that kill percentage.
Yeah, wow, okay, jeez. Falco finding a good little combo there. That back air is so deadly. It's one of his most consistent kill moves. And at these lower percents, that up throw is also something to keep an eye out for, especially on a big character like Bowser. You can DI out of the laser there, and it turns it into a really weird throw. But Bowser's very big and at a low percentage, so he's not going to move very much. And this is where we're kind of seeing Bowser's mobility come into play, or at least we were in the one stock that he was able to take off AJ. This character's aerial game is nothing to be scoffed at, but he can't quite find the tech. AJ just goes off and hits him on his recovery, and Metal Jesus off the screen, back into reserves, and UNCW forced to dig into their bag of tricks once again.
So it was not that Meta Knight start that we saw from UNCW to start off this one. It wasn't the Pac-Man start that we were used to seeing from SU as well. SU AJ will come through with 3 stocks, losing only one of their own, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember the numbers correctly, just the one lost stock for AJ there. But yeah, it looked clean, right? Able to find that spike, very good at continuing the strings, not dropping them too early, pretty much getting the full longevity of those ones to come through for that Falco. So a great opening and a good look already for our SU squad.
Yeah, not bad at all, right? It's cool as SU students, dare I say SU fans. It's cool to see that this team is as deep as they are. I mean, obviously we knew that. We talked a little bit about it before the pregame, and we talk about it every time this team is on the show. But this team really is extremely deep. It's if players are better than other players, it's not by much. Yeah. And so seeing SU opt to put in a different player first, maybe with the hunch that UNCW would try to mix it up a little bit. Who knows? But ultimately, the result that they wanted was exactly what they got. Only losing one stock along the way is a great situation to be in. And now, AJ, with an opportunity to really go on a run, this is where I say it all the time when I'm up here casting with Kevin, this is where crew battles are made, right? When one team has a stock advantage and an opportunity to, or when the team in a stock deficit is forced to claw back one stock, maybe 2 stocks, that's where it gets bad.
Right.
So AJ, not usually in this situation, right? Usually not the person to go out first, not the person to build an advantage in this type of situation, has the opportunity to do just that. And so we'll see if he's able to do it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far this Falco goes. We did just get word that way awesome Kevin 2-0 on the night, undefeated.
2-1.
Congrats, 2-1. Excuse me. On the night. Hey, you heard it better than I heard it, so that good on me. 2-1. Congratulations. Still a winning record there for way awesome Kevin. So congratulations to him on that M Bison. Yeah.
I'm gonna indirectly ask our production a question, because I believe that either his first game or one of his games was on the CFGC stream. And I don't know if he won that or if that even happened. Okay, it sounds like that one did not go well, and so sorry to bring that up, but ultimately a good day for Way Awesome Kevin, right? Winning more than the one series. So good stuff from him. We wish him the best of luck in all future competition. But, okay. Back to the problem at hand. Player number 2 for UNCW should be coming in any minute now. We have just received word that it will be the Lucina making a return. So player number 2 remains the same, even though player number 1 changed from set number 1 to set number 2. Can Lucina deal with AJ's Falco? 2 stocks. Who's to say? We'll see, but we didn't get to see this matchup last time, so I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it now, but I would think that AJ will be probably fine. Lucina, it's important to note that Lucina does have a sword, so that's a disjoint. Falco does not love disjointed hitboxes, but we'll see how that plays out. Matchup preference on the left side of your screen looking very neutral, so I think that makes sense, right? Nothing too crazy. Lucina can't really keep up with the range on the lasers, but Falco also doesn't really use the range like a Pac-Man does anyway, so A lot of brawling, a lot of aerial maneuvers here as Falco will try to look to string a lot of these aerial combos together.
Yeah, as I said earlier, these sword characters do excel in the air. Lucina will try to get that Falco off of the ground, but Falco as well does a great job in the air as well. A good little jab coming through with that side air as well from the Lucina. Going for a little bit of a roll read there, but AJ not going for that one. Instead, we'll find the back air in the first stock of this Lucina Falco matchup.
Yeah, that was raw. I mean, just falling off the platform, finding an aerial, no combo needed. Back air confirms basically from center stage. Lucina was at a pretty high percentage, so nothing crazy, but yeah, that I do think is Falco's most consistent kill move is the back air, but wow. AJ going off stage, trying to find the spike, gets caught with his up B is pretty predictable, so Lucina able to find the spike of her own and what looked like a pretty advantageous position for AJ turns into disaster, able to claw back from that one. Now AJ probably looking to play maybe a little bit more conservative because I'm sure he's, at this point, everything he gets is just extra credit, but I'm sure in his mind, he wants those 2 stocks.
Yeah, Lucina and a lot of sword characters as well do very good at guarding that edge, right? The down air coming through with that spike, the neutral air on the ledge as well to cover any high get-ups from that ledge as well. Does a very good job with those guys. But we see AJ again getting some momentum back in his favor. Will be able to find that kill. 1 stock remaining for both of these players. Lucina off the edge again, trying to find that one. Instead, the side B will dash through the sword user and will recover AJ back to the stage.
I think that was a down, down tilt that killed. That's crazy to me. I guess I'm not like super familiar with Falco's whole moveset, but I certainly don't view down tilt as a kill move, but nonetheless, AJ makes his way back to the ledge and will get caught back aired by very strong Lucina sword. And now UNCW finds himself in a less significant hole than they found themselves in set 1, but still not exactly where you'd like to be.
Yeah, 9-7. Now the stock count here in set number 2. The Lucina coming up for UNCW to find that kill, those final 2 stocks rather, on that Falco. Good job from them, but now they need to keep up that momentum. They need to try to find, I'd say, at least 2 stocks on whoever comes out next, and it looks like Far Rhombus is gearing up potentially to go in here to answer this Lucina, plugging in the controller, standing menacingly above the monitor, so we'll see if that is where we go.
Yeah, okay, I kind of made it out to be that we might see more of one than the other, Far Rhombus versus AJ, but hey, this is a fluid 5. We're going to plug in as we see fit. So, Jigglypuff can play the aerial game, right? What did I say? Between Falco and Lucina, it's going to be a lot of aerial combos. Well, who better but a Jigglypuff to back air you from outside of your sword's range? I don't know if that's actually true, but Jigglypuff's aerial moveset and hitboxes are freaking hilarious. So, point is, right, I think the difference in this is going to be, again, the offstage aerial interactions, not necessarily the ones right above the platforms, because Lucina's recovery is not great and predictable. That's kind of the word that I've been tossing around today. The characters thrive when they're able to, recover high, drift out a little bit when they need to. Lucina doesn't really have that. Falco doesn't really have. Falco kind of does, but not when he's locked into his up B. So, I think where this matchup is going to be decided is on some offstage interaction. Can Jigglypuff drag Lucina all the way off stage and take her to a point where she can't recover from? Or will Lucina, I don't know, pop Jigglypuff's shield and insta-kill her? I don't know, right? That's the toss-up, but ultimately, Far Rhombus has 3 stocks to work with.
Yeah.
So, that's a problem for Lucina.
Yeah, and Far Rhombus has been playing unbelievably good
Yes, he
Smash
has.
Bros. This semester, last semester as well. Very confidently solidifying himself as one of the players that can be brought in for these clutch moments and kind of borderline anchor for this team as well. Was the anchor last weekend against that Mario that came just one stock short. It was Faramis that was in for SU, but yeah, I mean, you can just kind of look at the space that Faramis can work with and the airspace that Jigglypuff just likes to control, just dancing kind of around the head area of Lucina to start a lot of those strings, but Lucina doing a great job at using the tip of the sword, using that space to find that long-range damage that's just barely out of range of the Jigglypuff.
Hey, banger song choice, whoever did that. I think it's Faramis because SU's on the losing side of that last matchup, but I think this is target practice out of Smash 64, or it's at least a Smash 64 song, but smacks. Anyway, yeah, this is the game that Jigglypuff has to play, right? Dancing around these hitboxes, and these hitboxes are pretty big when you've got a sword that size. But Lucina forced to try to find this, or try to match this aerial game, right? And that's the difficulty. Ooh. But wow, side B string won't quite finish Jigglypuff off. 133% though. This is an extremely light character. Now, both of these characters also have the capability to break each other's shields. So that's going to be something to keep an eye out for. Jigglypuff's Pound, the side B, does a ton of shield damage, as we do see Faramis lose his first stock in this scenario. But yeah, the Jigglypuff side B does a ton of shield damage, and the Lucina neutral B does a ton of shield damage. The difference is that if Jigglypuff's shield gets broken, she dies instantly. Like, it's the only character in the game that does that. Frankly, I couldn't tell you why that happens. I think it's just meant to be like her popping like a balloon, but I don't really know. But, well, we don't need to speculate at least any longer. Jigglypuff able to go off, find the forward air, and again, that offstage ledge guarding scenario is exactly where Lucina loses stocks, right? Lucina has significantly less options than other characters, and who's going to take a better advantage of that than a Jigglypuff that can throw out a forward air literally anywhere offstage?
Yeah, and about like 7 times, because you can jump for about 15 years if you're a Jigglypuff or a Kirby or King DDD, I guess, jumps, quite a few times as well. So, yeah, Meta Knight. But Jigglypuff, the main one, at least that I think of.
Right.
Jigglypuff and Kirby are the big two that I think of. Oh, you jump for a long time.
They are the
Please come back. Come back at some point. That's why sometimes Jigglypuff gets a bad rap, because it just plays slow.
Right.
You know, it's like, come fight me, please. I want to, you know. But, yeah, great stuff coming through from Faramis. Nonetheless, able to work with that spacing. Does lose a stock to the neutral air on that Lucina edge guard. Good stuff coming through. Able to pick up at least one. But now, what's the answer into this Jigglypuff, right? Is it that Captain Falcon to come through, or is it going to be that Meta Knight? We'll just have to see.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because we didn't get to see Faramis come out in the first set, so we haven't seen him go into either of these characters. I would think I think the better option in my okay, here, let me take you where I was going. I think the better option, in my opinion, is probably the Captain Falcon, just because he can overwhelm you with speed and, you know, gap closers with the down B and the side Bs and, you know, the up B out of shields and stuff. Whereas Meta Knight, I don't think, can do that nearly as well. But Meta Knight, oh, never mind. I was going to say Meta Knight would be cinematic, but that's Kirby I'm thinking of, not Jigglypuff. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, my whole reason for picking Meta Knight is now tossed out the window. Yeah, I think the decision that makes the most sense to me is Captain Falcon, but I was wrong last time, so we'll see if... Well, I guess Snake didn't end up coming out at all, so yeah, true. I was, like, kind of wrong. But, yeah, we'll see if UNCW disagrees with me. But either way, things are dire for UNCW, right? All jokes aside, these are 2 1-0 teams, and UNCW is sort of reeling. Shenandoah's got a lot of momentum right now and a massive stock lead, so UNCW's got to make some last-minute game plan adjustments if they are to come out on top here today.
Yeah, I do like the Captain Falcon, like you mentioned as well, because Jigglypuff is quite light right? It does not take a whole lot to get that Jigglypuff eliminated and losing stocks, right? And Captain Falcon, with the speed, like you said, has very good aerial game as well. If they can start some of those strings, might just be able to just eliminate Jigglypuff off rip, right? It's not going to take a whole lot for a Captain Falcon to do that. So we might see that come through for UNCW. We will have to just wait and see if it's that Meta Knight, or maybe we see, the Bowser was already in. Never mind. Yep. The Bowser led off for UNCW, but maybe they have a Falco player, they have a Greninja player potentially on their roster as well. So one of those players will come in, and it does look like we have a little bit of a sneak peek yet again here for you guys. This player did play in the last set. I cannot remember what character they played. This might have been the Pyro, or excuse me, it is Pyro, is the player. But
yeah, Pyro's coming in. I believe they were the Meta Knight the first time around.
Yes.
They started the series, opened up against Kip's Pac-Man, and were unable to find much success. So a character swap for Pyro was not feeling the Meta Knight. Can't say we saw the Lucas in our future, but the situation is upon us.
Yeah, Lucas is here to play now. Jigglypuff doing a great job yet again, just playing this space, keeping Lucas at bay, trying to get them off stage. We'll be able to do so, trying to find this edge guard as well. Another grab coming through from Far Rhombus, and now it might be the edge trapping game, but won't go for it just yet. Just racking up some of this percentage until Pyro is in that kill. Oh, well, that's one.
Wait, was that a regrab? I kind of looked away. I don't know how that happened, but I don't know. Either way, well, it's a stock taken for Far Rhombus. Great stuff there. The down smash on the ledge finds the, I don't know if it was a two-frame or a regrab. I admittedly missed it, but stock is a stock, right? Far Rhombus finding his way again into the win column so far, taking plenty of stocks so far this season, playing very, very good Smash Bros. So if he's able to continue that trend, 8 stocks still remaining for Shenandoah as we move back to a bit of a neutral game. And here come the combos for Jigglypuff, looking for that falling up air. That is a scary place to be if you are against the Jigglypuff, because Far Rhombus had one move in mind, and it was a rest. So well avoided there by Pyro to get out of that situation. 126 now on the Jigglypuff. Could die to just about anything, but if you can keep this Lucas off stage, he's not going to have many ways to kill you other than that. So Pyro finds his first stock of this matchup, dropping Shenandoah down to 7.
Yeah, a good edge guard coming through from Pyro there. Both players playing with fire, frankly, on that edge of the map. Great stuff coming through from Pyro, able to find that one. But now Far Rhombus, last stock to the 2 remaining on this Lucas, trying to clean up at least one more with some extra credit on this final stock if they can get it. But Pyro still doing a great job at controlling the airspace that Jigglypuff really likes to play in.
Yeah, 113%, right? Far Rhombus trying to wipe away this 97% and carry this into player number 4 for UNCW. We'll see if he's able to do it, but a massive commitment from Pyro, trying to just send a Hail Mary up smash. It won't quite land, and now Far Rhombus adds another stock to his bag of collected lives. And Lucas, with 1 stock remaining, now trying to finish off this 111% that he has worked so hard to build up. But if Far Rhombus is able to take the stock, that would wipe away quite a bit of work from the UNCW side and carry 1 more stock into that final player for UNCW. See if he's able to do it. Does not look like it. Lucas able to finish Far Rhombus off and take care of business, right? Player number 3 for Shenandoah, forced to come out. We'll see who it is, but that's a scary sight.
Yes,
if
it
you're
is.
playing for UNCW.
Yeah, the pan of our roaming camera as well. Just, okay, Willie's up. Willie is walking, moving towards the chair, sitting down immediately. So it's going to be Kazi or Terry into this Lucas, a literal child. So we'll have to see what happens in that matchup.
Yeah. So, okay. Man, that shot was just so ominous from below. Willie watching him just appear. Oh no. Yeah, all right. Well, so Kazuya or Terry, right? Let's look back. A little while ago, I was talking about Luminosity releases these tier lists based off top players' opinions. You may remember I said Snake was at number 3. There's S+, S, and S-. 3 characters in S+, right? Steve, Sonic, Snake. Who's in that category right down 1? Game & Watch, Rob, Pyramithra, and Kazuya. Ooh, ah. Ooh, so, where does Willie find a lot of his value? Ooh, ah. It's right there on my ring finger. It's the Kazuya, right? We've seen this thing go crazy.
Yes,
Willie's Kazuya can do so much damage to people both inside and outside of game. And the problem with that, though, is he's also got the Terry, right? This is a very volatile player between the 2 different sort of fighting game styles of Tekken and King of Fighters, I think is what it's called. Whatever game Terry's from. He's in Street Fighter now, but Fatal Fury, excuse me. Thank you, production. So Willie can cover a lot of ground, and that's going to be a problem for this UNCW squad because it doesn't look like they have much in terms of options to defend themselves, right? With 1 stock remaining on the Lucas and probably, well, I was going to say Meta Knight next, but probably Captain Falcon next, if I had to assume. Not going to love a Kazuya matchup. Neither one of them. I'll give it to you straight. So, we'll see, right? He might go to the Terry. He went to Terry a couple times so far this season, but I would expect the Kazuya here today.
Yeah, I mean, Terry, usually we see that come out in very range-heavy matchups, very easy. Well, much easier to approach some of those characters on the Terry Kazuya. Struggles a little bit in some of those ranged matchups. That's why we see Min a lot come in with a counter pick on that character because it's just hard to reach the Min, especially when the arms are going all sorts of ways, long, short, up, down, I don't even know. But a very good character nonetheless into the Kazuya, and it will be the Kazuya coming through for Willie here for SU. 1 stock remaining for Pyro on the Lucas. Let's see if he can get it done.
Yeah, so it looks like Willie does not actually super love this matchup, and I think that does make sense because Lucas has some options in the range game that we were just talking about, right? That PK Fire can become so oppressive, and a lot of these aerial hitboxes are pretty huge. Oh, wow. Massive call out there, charging the forward smash, and Willie falls right into it, but makes his way back on stage, and that's the sound you don't want to hear. Willie unable to find a spike off of either of those electrics, but the run back catches the roll. The electric connects one more time. The up smash can't quite hit. So 100% back up on this Lucas. We are basically even percents, but here comes the range game. The forward air connects like clockwork, and just like that, Willie has lost his first stock.
Yeah, first stock gone for Willie's Kazuya thus far. Almost was able to secure that kill, but just, I mean, Lucas, Pyro doing a great job to avoid that one, finding 1 stock. And now the recovery has to come through. And, well, trying to go for that spike, instead loses 1 stock on his own. We can see a little bit of the confusion there from Far Rhombus. Just like, what the heck are you doing here, man? But I don't know.
I wonder if Willie thought that was their last stock. I bet that was the confusion. I bet Willie just launched himself off stage thinking that that was the last one. No, there's a whole player.
Well, that makes sense.
Okay, well,
that makes sense.
I mean, a trade's a trade, and SU does have a lead. So, in that sense, not terrible. But you have to think that Willie could have got that stock without losing one of his own. Point is, we find ourselves at 4 stocks to 3 stocks, right? SU only with a 1 stock lead, 2 players left to try to deal with this Captain Falcon, but the Captain Falcon looked pretty good last time we saw this player on stream.
Yeah, the Captain Falcon looked great. It was the better showings here for UNCW, but now you need to go into this Kazuya. Should feasibly have 2 stocks remaining, but 1 nonetheless. So a little easier for the tall one to come through and possibly find themselves in a 3-2 stock matchup against either Kip, the Pac-Man that we have not seen in this set just yet, or Igloo on that Yoshi.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember. Did Captain Falcon and Pac-Man go up against each other?
I don't believe so. I think that... Oh, you know?
My brain is churning.
Because Lucina did not... I think Lucina took... No, she did not. So I think the Captain Falcon
must have
did meet. They had to, right?
I'm pretty sure. For a little bit, yeah. Because
yeah.
I think. Oh yeah, because Captain Falcon got the spike off the right ledge. Went
right.
past the trampoline. Okay,
yes, we got there.
We're with you. So,
we've been watching along with you guys.
So in that matchup, I don't remember how many stocks Kip went into that with. But it looked pretty good, but certainly not as good as the Pac-Man looked against other characters, right? I don't know that you put Kip in against Pac-Man expecting a full 3-stock, but we'll see what Willie's able to do first. I mean, I guess I can't say expecting a full 3-stock just yet, but I don't know. A bit of an interesting situation here for Shenandoah, right? You've also got Igloo in reserves. I don't think you put I was going to say I don't think you put the Falco in, but Falco's already been in. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, don't mind me. All right. Well, we don't need to speculate, right? We'll get there when we get there because right now there's one stock in front of Willie that he needs to take care of business. So, Captain Falcon, the one player we expected to see, minus this mysterious snake that I guess we were just wrong about. So don't mind us. One stock advantage for Shenandoah, right? Matchup preference looks pretty dang good for Willie. And anytime you see that man standing completely still, it means that he's pretty comfortable.
Yeah, already, though, we see the Captain Falcon getting a little bit of a string there. Going for that grab is really unable to match that one. The jab coming through as well. Combo into electric, rolls the wrong way or reads the wrong direction, but still able to keep that string going. 91% now built up on this Captain Falcon. Could die at any moment, just barely missing out on that up smash.
Yeah, Willie had the tech read there, just the timing was a little bit off, and now the electrics land right 100%, and that angle's nasty. Oh, the laser all the way downtown, 50% on the Kazuya, and he's moving real nice. Great little spot dodge there to avoid the side B, and Kazuya, reminder, he can turn around. He turns around automatically when you pass over him, so he can go up and follow you to the platform, and if you roll through him, he's going to turn around on his own. This is a 10-hit combo. He opts to pull out of it early. Now, oh my God. Just challenges the Falcon kick outright and beats it because Willie paid extra money for this character. So 77% now on the Kazuya, and he could not be moving any smoother so far. It goes for the down smash off the ledge. Can't quite find the 2-frame. Down air lands on the shield. Ooh, trying to find that combo once again. The 10-hit combo that Kazuya has is not actually very good, but
it looks cool.
It does look cool. That's about all it's good for. But Willie able to find a couple hits of it, and that's really all that matters. Usually you only see him get one or two, but now Willie does have that kill button online. Remember when I said Willie paid extra money for this character? Oh, it won't quite matter. Does get caught by the up smash, so Captain Falcon, the tall one, has brought Shenandoah all the way down to their final player, 3 stocks ahead of him. Shenandoah with 1 stock to clear out before they can get out of this hole. But, I mean, if you told me that this was how set 2 was going to go, I quite simply would not have believed you.
Yeah, I mean, Willie, very close to finding that 3 stock, tries to recover high into the up smash. The legs of Captain Falcon do a whole lot of damage. He's pretty good at kicking pretty gosh darn hard, but we'll have to wait and see who comes in last. Is either going to be Kip on the Pac-Man, which is what it looks like it might be here, or it's going to be Yoshi Igloo on that character.
Yeah, so, okay, 1 stock to take is a lot better than 3, right? Willie did a great job of going and taking care of business. You'd obviously love for him to close it out, but, you know, let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, 1 stock remaining, and I have to say, based off how we saw these characters match up last time, I feel pretty good about SU's odds in this exchange, right? Going and taking 1 stock before Kip loses 3. But nothing's off the table, right? This Captain Falcon is pretty sound. He's pretty quick. His movement looks great. And I don't know. I mean, like, this is no gimme at all. Kip is going to have to go in and take care of business. But after the set 1 performance that we saw out of this player, I have no doubt that he can handle the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, Kip is definitely one of those players that we have on the roster that is calm, cool, collected at all given times here. 3 stocks to 1. UNCW trying to stay alive here in this series. We'll have to come up with a huge single stock here from their anchor here with this Captain Falcon, but already percentage getting built up on to the tall one. And look at the match preference here, heavily in favor of Kip here, much like we saw here in set number 1.
Yeah, okay, so I did forget, you know, when we don't see Kip come out, I kind of forget how this character, or when we don't see Kip start, I kind of forget how this character works. But that does make a lot of sense. Why did that make a lot of sense? I said that Captain Falcon can't deal with the Hydrant, can't deal with the range. If you give Pac-Man a lot of room to work, oh man, Captain Falcon can't keep up, but if SU players keep finding themselves in Captain Falcon up smashes, it's gonna cause problems.
Yeah, I mean, already we can see Captain Falcon with that jab on the edge will connect with this one. A potential edge guard to come through. Won't be able to find that down air, but still trying to find that edge guard. Kip doing a great job rolling through that one. Bell in hand will connect. Won't be able to make it in time, but the grab will come through. Now, the Bell off the edge, the Hydrant instead for the potential edge guard. That one will connect. The side smash comes through, however. Possibly a little misinput, but possibly not, as the Hydrant comes flying across the way. The Bell sitting there, but good recovery coming through from the tall one, 170% built up onto this Captain Falcon.
Yeah, so, well, all right, I'm going to save that. I'm going to save that point for another stream because we're done with it. Captain Falcon goes down to the Hydrant. Kip able to take care of business, wrap that one up, close out the series 2-0. Not often that we see Kip go in and close the series other than when he's 12 stocking teams. Not the case today, but able to take care of business either way. And SU takes a 2-0 record in NECC.
Yeah, I mean, a good start to the season here coming through from SU.
Sorry. That was bad. It was stuck.
I mean, that's valid. I used to have long hair. It's a pain. It is definitely a struggle sometimes. Really, but yeah, a great start nonetheless for SU to this season, starting 2-0. Today we got to see every member of this SU varsity roster play here today. Everyone looking good. Kip, the leading man, I must say, for that first set, looking absolutely tremendous on that Pac-Man.
Yeah, good stuff all around, and you raise a great point. It's awesome being able to see all 5 different players come in and get some game time on stream, right, on the varsity squad. So, good stuff to them, right? Way to take care of business. UNCW, strong team all around. We must have just been wrong about what we were expecting to see today, but that's okay, right? UNCW certainly has things to be proud of and things to look forward to. A couple of those players definitely looked pretty strong, so they're 1-0 or 1-1 now on the season. They've got a lot of smash ahead of them, but certainly nothing to be disappointed about.
Yeah, I mean, good stuff all around from both squads, right? I mean, the struggle really was trying to get through that Pac-Man. It was the Captain Falcon at the end of the day that was really anchoring for this UNCW roster, doing a pretty good job, almost bringing back that second set to come through there. Only 2 stocks left on Kip there, but when you're going into the Pac-Man with 1 stock left, it's definitely hard to walk away with all 3 for yourself. And then we also saw Pyro, a little switch up onto that Lucas from the Meta Knight. Looked pretty darn strong as well, able to work through AJ and a few stocks onto that Kazuya as well, which, mind you, might have been a little bit of a fluke. I don't know if Willie thought that was the last character. or player rather for UNCW, but who knows?
Yeah, I do look forward to getting out there and asking him or the rest of the team. But I don't know. Maybe we'll hear it here in a minute. I do believe we have one of the players standing by that will get you here soon. But yeah, I mean, exciting stuff. We'll hear how the players felt about it soon. It certainly looked a little bit closer from here than we might have expected it to, at least after set one, right? Coming into the day, we thought today was going to be pretty evenly matched. But ultimately, Shenandoah taking care of business, making it look pretty smooth out there, and just putting on a strong performance. One of the players that put on a pretty strong performance is Farambus, who we've got standing by with Way Awesome Kevin, two more of our competitors sitting outside in the arena. We're going to throw it out to them to hear from the player himself. Kevin, go ahead and take it.
Alrighty, I am here with Farambus after a very successful crew battle. I gotta ask, how are you and the team feeling right now?
Oh, well, we're feeling great. We're really proud of ourselves.
Yeah, that's great stuff to hear. I kind of want to talk a little bit about your performance because we got to see some really nice Jigglypuff action there, especially against that Lucina. It was kind of like a back and forth, sort of dealing with a matchup that could sometimes be a little difficult. What was kind of running through your head during that matchup?
Yeah, so whenever I play sword characters, I really just don't mind. It's just like a weird personal thing, but so whenever a sword character comes across, I'm just not really phased. That matchup is a little bit obviously tricky for Jigglypuff, but later on the line, I just realized how to get in more and then eventually edgeguard, so yeah.
Great stuff. Now, I got to ask, because this is a very nice, solid performance overall, and you're going to have a lot more very strong opponents going forward into the coming weeks. So what are you taking from this crew battle, bringing it to the next crew battle next week, or Thursday, excuse me?
I believe a lot about it is our rotation, who we want to send in, mix it up a little bit. We were kind of experimenting on how well I played against the Lucas and see if we want to try it against other characters in the future, but yeah.
Awesome stuff. Well, I do believe that we are going to pass it back over to Chris and Ben on the desk, so if you guys want to take it away, thanks for watching.
Thanks, Kev. Hey, congratulations to both of you on successful days of competition. But, yeah, I mean, good stuff hearing from Farambus. Again, every time this player comes up, we talk about the development of this Jigglypuff in the amount of time he's been here at Shenandoah, which is not very long. I believe this is only his second semester here. Yeah. He's come a long way, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, Farambus is definitely going to be a future staple of this SU roster moving forward. Is just a freshman. This is the second year for Farambus on this roster and is already making some waves here in the collegiate scene. So very good to see him perform well, and very good to hear that sword characters, no problem.
No problem. Never phased. Yeah, that's good stuff because a lot of people can't say that about swordies in Smash. So just awesome to hear from the players. But that will wrap up a very long and exciting day of competition here at Shenandoah University. We've had a lot of fun back here. We certainly hope you have as well. Rocket League, unfortunately, falls to Eastern Tennessee State University, going down 3-1, but boy, did they look good along the way, right? I certainly hate to be complacent, but there was a lot to be proud of in that series. Then Way Awesome Kevin out there on the interviews, between interviews, going out and playing Street Fighter, kicking some butt. And yeah, just playing great, taking away 2 games out of his 3, so congratulations to him. And then Smash Bros. Varsity in their snow day reschedule of NECC Week 2 competition takes a 2-0 win and a 2-0 record in NECC before they play their Week 3 match tomorrow. So a lot going on here, but that will do it for us. Thanks so much for following along the whole time. Be sure to drop us a follow on whatever platform you're watching on right now, whether that be X, Twitch, or YouTube, whatever you've got, or all of our socials, so that you don't miss out on any of our esports action here at Shenandoah. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might just change their life, and we will see you next time.
Shenandoah University is a big little university rising.
With 22 Division III sports teams, over 200 areas of study,
Over 300 annual performances, an elite academic esports program,
Nationally ranked health professions programs, one of the biggest university presences on Broadway.
immersive AR and VR learning programs,
Cybersecurity and computer science programs, and innovative undergrad and graduate programs.
all at a place that cares for you.
Shenandoah University is the big little university rising. Find out more at su.edu/rising.
We have the Esports Arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia, and this facility acts as the hub for all esports activity at Shenandoah University. Students are able to use this space not just for competition and practices, but also as a living learning community and a sandbox for them to come and explore and practice and try out things related to and through esports in the gaming industry so that they're getting that hands-on learning and the skills necessary to help them find a career by the time they graduate. We also have the professional level broadcast production booth where we do all of our broadcasting and production, from casting of our games that we play right here on campus to working with outside entities to record footage for them as well. In addition to the space that we have here in the Esports Arena is the Esports War Room. Our students get to use that space for studying, but also outside projects. So our students get to use this space for professional development and the academic side of our esports program, which is such a critical component to go with that competitive element that we have. So we combine all of our facilities at Shenandoah University with competition, community, and career preparation. We have over 250 days of programming, and there's something for everybody, and we want you to be part of it.
8 p.m. local time here, Eastern Standard Time in Winchester, Virginia. One form of competition behind us. It's been an exciting day here in the East. His CFGC Street Fighter sequence. Well, welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for bearing with us. Shout out to our prod crew there, but
this is a reschedule from last week due to all that snow that we talked about earlier here. Great last season. Taking a peek at what has gone on this season. The exact same. 1-0 for the series record.
So still coming off a tough loss, even though it's not in NECC standings. That's a lot of heat headed UNCW's way. I have to point out that yes, by definition, we have a sub on this team, but this roster is very fluid. We saw this.
Yeah, I mean, Far Rhombus, you mentioned him just briefly, but played out of their mind last week. And Kip on that Pac-Man. You see Kip there on your screen. Typically our leading man here when it comes to our crew battles.
Strong matchup. Talented opponents. We know of connecting the bridge between Kip and Willie with some combination of Igloo, Far Rhombus, or AJ in between. I'm expecting AJ to be in there pretty consistently.
Yeah, here, Kip, of course, leading off for SU. And we have
some very impressive combos, and so far just controlling the stage very nicely. It's on the left side of your screen, showing you that Kip could not like a matchup just about anymore. Oh no, a big mistake there by
looks like for them, the Bell just barely getting shielded by Pyro, but unable to really do anything. The spacing just too good coming through from Kip, and unable to get back to the stage is Pyro. One stock left.
Yeah, admittedly that Pyro's gonna go down eventually, but can he get a stock before losing his last? You're not gonna do it like that. He will get grabbed, back throw kills every time, and Kip opening the series with a 3-stock. Ultimately, Shenandoah comes out on top in that series, but that Snake player caused a lot of problems. So I don't think we'll see the Snake right now, but that's something to keep an eye out for down the line.
Yeah, who comes in next is no longer blind. They know we have the Pac-Man out. It has to stay the Pac-Man Kip until all 3 stocks are gone.
SU in an advantage state right now, not forced to make any decisions as they get to take a full 3 stocks into whoever UNCW decides to set in second.
But on the side of SU, Kip looks very comfortable, right?
Yeah.
Looks very good.
Yeah, in that I don't love any of these characters for dealing with a pack. Resolved. Kip trying to maintain this 3-stock lead, and the answer for UNCW is the Lucina. Good lord! Way into the blast zone.
That is a bad man right there playing that Pac-Man. Let me
Snake, Captain Falcon, and Lucina. I think Lucina made the most sense because I think she can get through that fire hydrant with her side B. I forget the name of that, and a great falling aerial into a smash attack there. Kip's first stock finally off the board, but I do think, oh wow, keep going for it all, and he will find the side B off of the stun, trading stocks.
Connect onto the Lucina, now just trying to play this space, and that's the power of Lucina, able to get through that hydrant with one foul swoop.
Lucina able to make it back onto stage over the hydrant that time. We'll see if they're able to get back once again. The bell connects, and that is just so oppressive. 2 stocks remaining this time around, and we are headed to player number 3 for UNCW. And it's going to be the Captain Falcon and the Snake. Again, there are other players on this roster, but I think it makes the most sense for UNCW that these 2 are the remaining 2.
So if you can play the range game along with the Pac-Man, you might stand a little bit of a better chance to try to get those final 2 stocks.
If you want to maintain any chance of still coming out on top in set number 1, you have to put Snake out now. To get into a neutral position against this Pac-Man, I would give it to Captain Falcon, right? If you give Pac-Man room to work and space that he can defend, it's going to become oppressive. But Captain Falcon, the tall one, not giving him much to work with, finding Captain Falcon gets another opportunity to go to work.
The apple coming out from Kip, trying to play with that hydrant, will instead just find the side air. Well, this Captain Falcon doing a great job at finding some space of their own.
Yeah, okay, now this is where you need to be careful. He's got a trampoline. Oh, it doesn't matter. And now, finally, UNCW did find the answer, deal with the Pac-Man, and only lost 1 stock along the way. So
we'll just have to see if this Captain Falcon can keep this momentum up and go into one of our remaining 4 players that we could potentially put in.
Yeah, it looks like it will be Igloo on the Yoshi, and I think that's the right move. So the fun thing about Yoshi is that he can just jump. Period. Not sure how this preference looks. It is a good one, and I think that makes sense. Again, I think because Yoshi can afford to go really far off stage to try to prevent Captain Falcon from making it back to stage, and Captain Falcon's off-stage options are extremely limited to be able to capitalize on it. 123% now on the Captain Falcon, a great egg combo into the up air. Able to finish that one off. Looking great so far. The up B out of shield, a very great option. Now getting, Igloo up to 150% and finds himself right into a Captain Falcon up smash.
Of the Yoshi popping out the egg as well, but unable to do so. I mean, Igloo doing a great job at keeping the tall one. Oh, there's the spike. There it is. Igloo cleaning up the Captain Falcon.
Yeah, team's happy with that one. Igloo's happy with that one. Great little combo there with the 3rd best character in the game, according to the top 100 Smash Bros. Players in the world, is Snake.
Strange is holding on to that grenade and just playing kind of just that in-your-face brawl kind of style, but also has a lot of options of range.
Final decision for UNCW is to send in the Bowser this week. 3 stocks remaining, 8 stocks ahead of him. Can he take care of business? We shall see. But against against the Igloo Yoshi, that's up there. The matchup preference suggesting otherwise, but Igloo looking extremely comfortable to start this off so far. In just about whatever way you want. And he'll live for a long time, but not long enough, right? 148% forward smash connects. That kills you from center stage. It's not often that you see a heavyweight character die like that.
Connects, but still, I mean, this Bowser unable to really find any ground thus far in this Yoshi matchup here against Igloo.
Stocks from this position, but it's not totally impossible if Metal Jesus is able to sort of take this stock quickly, just like that. Will get grabbed once again. Yoshi doesn't have a kill throw,
there it is.
And he will find a soured spot forward air, and SU takes care of business. Set number 1 behind them.
They have a lot of character selection to work from, but first things first, you got to figure out how to get through Kip.
Yeah, right. We are mental gaming both ways. Metal Jesus, the anchor for UNCW, comes out first and immediately gets spiked, carried all the way off stage, and sent to the blast zone.
I mean, that first stock against Metal Jesus here, and yeah, this is AJ start. I kind of joked about a little switch up. I didn't expect it to really happen. The laser gun, just trying to get a little bit of poke damage here to try to get Bowser into that kill percentage.
Yeah, wow. Okay, jeez. In the one stock that he was able to take off AJ. This character's aerial game is nothing to be scoffed at, but he can't quite find the tech. AJ just goes off and hits him on his recovery. This team really is extremely deep. If players are better than other players, it's not Byron. Player number 2 for UNCW should be coming in any minute now. We have just received word that it will be the Lucina. See how that plays out. Matchup preference on the left side of your screen, looking very neutral.
Side here as well from the Lucina. Going for a little bit of a roll read there, but AJ not going for that one. Instead, we'll find the back air in the first stop.
But yeah, that I do think is Falco's most consistent kill move is the back air, but wow. AJ going off stage, trying to find the spike. In his mind, he wants those 2 stocks.
Yeah, Lucina and a lot of sword characters as well do very good at guarding that edge, right, with those guys. But we see AJ again getting some momentum back in his favor. Will be able to find that kill. 1 stock remaining for Lucina coming up for UNCW to find that kill. Looks like Far Rhombus is gearing up potentially to go in here to answer this Lucina, plugging in the controller, standing menacingly.
Falco and Lucina, it's going to be a lot of aerial combos. Well, who better but a Jigglypuff to back air you from outside of your sword's range. This matchup is going to be decided is on some offstage interaction. Can Jigglypuff drag Lucina all the way off stage and take her to a point where she can't recover from? Extremely light character. Now, both of these characters also have the capability to break each other's shields. That's going to be something to keep an eye out for. Jigglypuff's pound, I think it's just meant to be like her popping like a balloon, but I don't really know. But, well, we don't need to speculate at least any longer. Jigglypuff able to go off, find the forward air. Again, that offstage ledge guarding scenario is exactly where Lucina loses stocks, right?
Yeah. Great stuff coming through from Far Rhombus. Nonetheless, able to work with that spacing. Does lose a stock to the neutral air on that Lucina edge guard. I do like the Captain Falcon, like you mentioned as well, because Jigglypuff is quite light, right? It does not take a whole lot to get that Jigglypuff eliminated and losing stocks, right? The edge trapping game, but won't go for it just yet. Just racking up some of this percentage until Pyro is in that kill. Oh, that's 1.
Back to a bit of a neutral game, and here come the combos for Jigglypuff. Looking, but if you can keep this Lucas off stage, he's not going to have many ways to kill you other than that.
Still doing a great job at controlling the airspace that Jigglypuff really likes to play.
Number 4 for UNCW. We'll see if he's able to do it, but a massive commitment from Pyro trying to just send a Hail Mary up smash. It won't quite land, and now stock into that final player for UNCW. See if he's able to do it. Does not look like it. Lucas able to finish Far Rhombus off.
Well, just, okay, Willie's up. Willie is walking, moving towards the chair, sitting down immediately. So,
who's in that category right down? 1, Game & Watch, Rob, Pyramithra, and Kazuya. That's going to be a problem for this UNCW squad because it doesn't look like they have much in terms of options to defend themselves.
Right, good character nonetheless into the Kazuya, and it will be the Kazuya.
Yeah, so it looks like Willie does not actually super love this matchup, and I think that does make sense because Lucas has some options in the range game that we were just talking about, right? Hit. So 100% back up on this Lucas. We are basically even percents, but here comes the range game. The forward air connects like clockwork.
Pyro doing a great job to avoid that one, finding 1 stock. And now the recovery has to come through. And, well, trying to go for that stock on his own. We can see a little bit of the confusion there from Far Rhombus. Just like, what the?
1 stock advantage for Shenandoah, right? Matchup preference looks pretty dang good for Willie. And there, just the timing was a little bit off, and now the electrics land right 100%, and that angle's nasty. Oh, the laser all the way downtown, but they follow you to the platform, and if you roll through him, he's going to turn around on his own. This is a 10-hit combo. He opts to pull out of it early. Now, oh my God. Usually you only see him get 1 or 2, but now Willie does have that kill button online. Remember when I said Willie paid extra money for this character? Oh, it won't quite matter. One stock to clear out before they can get out of this hole. But, I mean, if you told me that this was how set 2 was going to go, I quite simply would not have believed you.
3 stocks to 1. UNCW trying to stay alive here in this series.
Give Pac-Man a lot of room to work. Oh, man, Captain Falcon can't keep up, but if SU players keep finding themselves in Captain Falcon up smashes, it's gonna cause problems.
Onto this Captain Falcon.
Yeah, so, well, all right, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that point for another stream. Take care of business either way, and SU takes a 2-0 record in NECC.
Today we got to see every member of this SU varsity roster play here today. Everyone looking good.
A couple of those players definitely looked pretty strong. So they're 1-0 or 1-1 now on the season. They've got a lot of smash ahead of them, but certainly nothing to be disappointed about.
Here with Far Rhombus after a very successful crew battle. I gotta ask, how are you and the team feeling right now?
Oh, well, we're feeling great. We're really proud of ourselves.
Yeah, that's great.
Is already making some waves here in the collegiate scene, so very good to see him perform well, and very good to hear that sword characters, no problem.
Got you, baby, I got you.